Hey, book babes. Welcome back to Two Girls, One TBR. Today is a special one. We are sitting down with author Parker A. Garner. We're going to be talking about her Fates Entwined trilogy and her haunting standalone Magpie.
Yeah, and the timing is actually really perfect because her trilogy, the 3rd book, just finally released on April 24th. And so I know a lot of people wait for series to be completed to like binge them.
Yes.
I used to be that way till I joined Bookstagram. So I have some friends where I'm going to be like, hey, this is the next one because it is really good. And then I recently finished Magpie, which is it's her darker romanticy, and I
Yes.
thought it was a standalone too, but there is a hint at the back that there
Oh,
may be an interconnected couple coming into another book. So I think she's going to make that one into a series of like
oh, that'll be
interconnected in the world.
nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I
it's
love that.
so cool. It's such a really cool world building where it's it's still, like, in realism, but you have kind of, like, your witchiness to it
Oh,
and,
okay.
like, your mages and things like that that are behind the scenes, right? Like, you live in this world with them, but they're not seen until you're part of the mage life.
Oh,
Yeah. So, I'm
interesting.
excited for it, and when I saw that, I was like, "Yeah," because when I was reading about that couple in the book, I was thinking like, "Ooh, this would be a really good spinoff." And when I saw that at the end of the book, I was like, "Yeah, that's
And she left
great."
that
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited
Oh,
for that.
see,
So,
oh,
trilogy is out for
yes,
Parker, and then her Magpie may be, coming with more stuff. So, we'll see. We'll have to ask her if she has that
yes,
one going.
yes, we will definitely have to ask her that. Now, we are excited to have you here in the dark with us today, though. If you love what we are doing, we want to make sure that you never miss a deep dive or a trope trial. Please take a second and follow the show. Rate us on whatever platform you're using, be it Spotify, Apple, YouTube. It truly helps our little community grow.
Yeah, it really does. And so before we actually get started and deep dive into the shadows here, okay, we have to check in. We want to check in and just make sure, since it's Magpie has some darker themes and trigger warnings, and we're going to be talking about kind of like that slow drift into numbness, disassociation, suicidal ideations, things like that. As we thought this book would be great for Mental Health Awareness Month. So we are going to kind of talk about these things. So, just want you guys to be safe and follow along, but trigger warnings.
Yeah. Yeah, because 'cause we're gonna be real, we're gonna be raw. So if you aren't in a place, where you can hold that space, today, please protect your peace. We want you to listen, when you feel strong enough to sit with us in the dark. We love you
Yes.
guys.
Yes. So let's go. Let's check out the titles. I have my book back here with
Oh,
Magpie art. What do you got?
well, I have, of course, this I started her other book, Your Path is Sorrow.
The
Look how
trilogy.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the trilogy. This is the first book. Look
Yeah.
how pretty that
See that
cover is.
sickle? I mean, that just like makes me go,
Oh, yeah, I
Grimdark?
have questions. I have
Mhm.
questions. But they're not they're just
No.
they're just a perfect size.
Yes.
Um,
Same with
I'm really
Magpie.
liking it.
Yeah.
It's very, the world is dark and stuff and things that are happening, but the way Parker does her writing, immediately you're into that world.
Yes.
You can see that world.
Yes.
She's very good at world building, and
Yeah.
I'm only just so many chapters in, and it is really good.
Yeah.
So, I highly recommend it, and I'm only this
100%.
far in. Mhm.
Yes. I read, I think, like, the first few pages before I had to
Yep.
get ready for recording today, and I was hooked. Like,
Oh, yeah.
if my kids didn't bother me, I probably would have like gotten into a few chapters. But even just like, okay, so
Yeah.
like I opened it up and she was like immediately like
Yes.
sucking you into this like cold, damp, freezing forest. And we come to this like dark path that has, it looks dangerous, slippery. We have like a churning river under this bridge. And we're going to this dark castle that has like hardly any lights in it. And then she starts doing some kind of satanic ritual to a god and
Yeah.
talking about, like, stealing library books and stuff to find this stuff and, like, going on her and I'm like, "Oh, look at all these, like, little trinkets. These would be great for a PR box. Like, send me all that stuff in a PR box so I could,
Yes.
like, pretend to do this little ritual to the gods."
Oh, yeah, because I was
Right?
thinking in my mind as I was reading that, I'm like, "She's doing all this stuff, and she had to give these things, you know?" I mean, does she get to I would be mad that I didn't get to take them back because I don't think she gets to take them with her after she
Oh,
does it. I don't know because she doesn't
okay. I haven't gotten that far, but
specify.
yeah. I mean, tell us what
But
else you know, because 'cause you're
we'll
a few
see.
more chapters in.
Now I'm a little more chapters in now. She does her whole thing, and then she gets to meet, this mysterious man. I'm not gonna say who he is. Well, we know she's going to see a god, but I won't tell you who he is yet until you get into that part, and he's very dark, and he's very I don't think
Grumpy?
he's a very kind it's
Okay.
Ramsey is his name. Ramsey, and let me see here, I'll tell you what he has a full title just so you know here. He is I don't know, where did it go? Where do I have it wrote? I know I have it wrote down. Oh, there it is. Ramses, god of suffering and the reaper of fields.
Ooh, the Reaper. See? Told you, grim dark. That sickle.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
This is interesting. I
And
wonder if he
and
reaps souls or something.
oh,
Interesting.
well, he's not on the good side. Because there's 7 if I remember correctly, there's 7 gods in this world,
Okay.
and all the other gods have kinda went against him and kinda put him where he's at. That's why she had to do what she's doing at the beginning of the book, because that was the only way to get to him, and by the way, he has green eyes.
Mm.
So I think that is why we see a little green,
So,
and,
I
oh, he's
mean, the other
just
titles, I wonder, I mean, we could ask her because I haven't really, she's a newer author for us we're looking into. And
yes.
I'm wondering because each of her titles have like a circle with some kind of like Celtic
Mm.
looking, what am I trying to say? Like a rune, I guess,
Oh, yeah, because yeah,
like
it's kinda
drawing,
like a
and
rune.
they're all different colors. So I wonder if that's like a symbol for like each god, and I wonder if each
Oh,
of
it
the
might be.
books has the same people, or
I
does
think
it?
we're f I think we're following her, the
Okay,
girl. I
but
believe, Corla
okay,
is her name. Is that how we're pronouncing it? That's how I pronounced
Orla.
it in my mind, Corla. Again, you know how we are.
You put a
But
little
I believe
Italian
we're
in there, but yeah, Corla.
Corla. But I believe we're following her all the way through, but we'll ask
Yeah,
her because 'cause I'm
yeah.
not 100% sure. But I have had this book actually on my TBR for quite a little while. I had it recommended to me. This was before we even did, ask, out into the Instagram world for authors that would love to be on the podcast. So I've had it on my list for a long time, but I didn't know what it was. I
Yeah,
just had it recommended, and
yeah.
I wish now I would have read it
I
sooner.
know.
It
This
is
is
that
like one of
good.
those,
Yeah.
why were you sitting on these books? Like,
Yes.
these should not be sitting on a TBR. They need to be read. She has great writing skills.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
and her covers are beautiful. Now this is
yeah.
Magpie. This
Mhm.
is the other one we were talking about. Look how
Yeah. Took
beautiful
some.
that is.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. I'm so proud of you with your annotations. And then she gave us the art, and you have yours uh, you. But here, I'll show
Yes. My
mine are
pictures.
cool.
So
Just look at
that's not who I
that.
thought it would be, the couple.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh,
She does a really
interesting.
good job at, like, making you feel like, "Oh,
It's
this is the
pretty.
couple. This is what's gonna happen. Oh, interesting." And then you're kinda
I
like, "I don't know. I don't," and then it switches, and you're like, Oh, okay. But you
I
could kinda see she's tricky,
Interesting.
man. She's tricky with that
I
one.
have to get, some little frames, and I
I
might put these in
know.
little frames and stuff because 'cause they're
Yeah,
so cute, and
they are.
she signed our copy too.
Mhm. Yeah, I love
But
it.
again, like I said, I mean, both look at the artwork. We're cover snobs,
Oh,
and
yeah. And
they're both
this one,
absolutely gorgeous.
definitely, like, this is all of this is Easter eggs. I love covers that do
Interesting.
that, that have
Mm.
cues into, like, what you'll be seeing
What you're
in the
coming to.
story. Mhm.
Interesting. I'm
Yeah, so
excited
it's
to
all
read.
related.
I'm excited to read that one as well because I knew you were going to read that one first because I wanted
Mhm.
us both to have a little thought in both of them. But
Yeah,
again, if you guys you want to have an amazing books, I highly recommend them. This is even before we talk to Parker. Just from our experience reading them, you will not be disappointed. And it's
no,
an easy read too. It's
very
not
captivating.
and it's not like one where you're like, "Oh, this is hard and this is confusing." It's not. She's very clear in her world building, very clear in what's happening.
Yeah.
Even though you
So
might not know what's happening, but you know what I mean.
yeah. So, like, in Magpie, I know some people get upset with timelines, especially, like, hopping timelines,
Mhm.
and in this one, she does, like, a chapter in the past and then a chapter in the present, and it goes back and forth. And really, like, it's so like, at the end of every chapter, you're like, "No, I need to know what happens next." But then she kinda, like, jumps to the future again, like, where we are in present
Yeah.
day and what she's dealing with. But it's, like, just enough to like, you understand what's going on. You understand why now we're in the present at this time. It's not just, like, hopping back and forth to confuse you. It really is, like, implanted very well, and I did not wanna put this one down, like, at all, and I swear at the end of every chapter, I was like, "Okay, well, let's get through the next one because I need to know what happens.
Well,
I
you
need
have
to
to
know
know.
what
See,
happens."
that is a mark of a very good book when it does those kind of things. It's
Yes.
not where you're like, "Oh," you actually want to continue to read to know where you're going.
Yes.
If you get an opportunity ever to read the Bargainer series by
Oh, yeah.
Laura Thalassa, the first book that you're reading, Rhapsodic. I pronounce it Rhapsodic. I don't know if it's pronounced differently, but that's how I pronounce it. You do that kind of thing also in that book. You're going from the past to 7 years in the future to present day, and you go back and forth like that. And it was that same kind of feel for me when I
Yeah.
was reading that book. I was like, God, I got to get to the next part because
Yeah.
I wanted to know what was going to happen, and so
Yeah.
that's
It's
even more
not
exciting now.
there are books like that that are frustrating, and you
Hmm.
get, like, no answers or you don't, understand, right? Like, the part of the story, like, "Why did we
Yeah,
have this information?" Those books, like, no, like, we're getting answers and then questions, and you're like, "Ugh, okay, there's more. Okay, I'm ready." Like
we need to take some of the books that we consider that do that in the way
Yeah,
that we don't like it, and we need to put that in, one of our trials one of
we
these
should.
days.
Yeah, yeah,
Because but,
it's a good one.
like I said, that one there, I was like, "Woohoo, I love that one." But I like books that do that, like, you're getting the past and you're getting the present.
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes to know and understand what's happening present day, you have to have that past and you have to have that backstory. But
Mhm.
I like when they do that and it goes back and forth and you
Me
see
too.
why.
Yeah.
Mm. You kinda
This is
get that
kinda well.
kind of vibe in Nocticadia too,
Okay.
because she's she has to remember because she's been told
Mhm.
that she's not remembering things correctly, events that happen, and she's remembering stuff throughout that book too. Remember, that
Mhm.
book has the worms.
What
You have
kind of
to
one?
read Nocticadia.
I bought
And
it on Audible, so,
oh,
on
it's
their
supposed to be
sale.
really good on Audible.
So, I
Is
have
it the
it.
graphic audio?
It is the
Is it
regular
graphic?
one. I don't think
Do
it's graphic. I don't think
do
she
they
has
have
a
the
graphic.
graphic? Oh, maybe not. But is it duet or is it just single
Let me
narrator?
see. Hmm.
Because I don't know. Because I never read or I never do audiobooks. So you're my person that would know. Because if, Doctor Death has a voice, you are in for a treat.
No, it just says Okay, so it's not a duet, but it has dual point of view. So you do have 2 narrators, so a woman and a man, probably.
Okay, so you're
UC
gonna be
Roth.
her.
I
Okay.
haven't heard of these people.
Well, Doctor Death, if he brings Doctor Death to life,
Why does this say
you will enjoy him.
this says by Carrie Lake and Nina Prawn? Uber Sister?
Maybe that's her
Look at
publisher.
there 2? Can you
Mm-mm.
see
It's
that?
just her that wrote it. Just Carrie Lake. So I'm
Oh,
not sure. Maybe it's something she did with the audiobook part of it. But no,
yeah.
on the book it's only Carrie Lake.
Okay.
She is the queen of darkness.
Yeah, she's good.
She is very good. And because you've read,
Oh, no. Did
yeah.
I buy the wrong one?
What did you buy?
I think I might have bought the German one.
Oh,
No.
well
That's
that
probably
might
why.
be.
Oh my gosh.
That might be why.
I wonder if I could return it. Oh, shit. That would be really
That
funny to
might be.
start that, be like, "What the f is going on?"
You would have some interesting pronunciations
Oh
for
my
us.
goodness. No wonder why I was like, "I don't know these, like, these are very odd names."
Well, it's good
Well,
that we noticed
shoot.
it now.
Yeah.
Do
I'll
you
have
have a
to
time period of when you can return it?
probably, but I'm sure if I explain like, message
Tell him you
Audible, yeah, they'll help me.
tell him you don't speak
That's
German.
so funny.
You don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Why
my god,
would
that's
they let
hilarious.
me buy that?
Can you? Cause see, I never again, I don't ever buy audiobooks and stuff. Can you have it set that you can only select just English?
No, I
Do
mean,
they
if you look up a title, they'll give you the title in all the languages too. So you have yeah,
Oh.
and it
Oh, I
oh,
bet
you know
that's
what?
why, though.
Yeah, I just didn't I was going through just like, "Yeah, let me buy that one, let me buy that one, let me buy that one." I didn't double check.
Yeah, I bet
Whoops.
you that's what it is. Well, hopefully, you'll have to let us know on your saga now if
Yeah.
they allow you to, return that and switch it to the English.
Oh, goodness.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to start learning some German.
Yeah. Watch out, guys.
Oh, Heather's pronunciation, because it's when you hear German, it always sounds very like, it's more like an
Yeah.
angry
Oh, yeah.
language.
Yeah.
In it, so oh my. Oh,
Oh,
this is
man.
hilarious. Oh my, you made my eyes water. That
Uh,
was hilarious. You made me laugh so hard. Now,
oh, goodness.
but now the next thing is, just before we bring Parker in, we're gonna talk about our beverages. Now, I'm drinking just a cherry Coke today.
Ooh, cherry.
I
Switching
like
it up.
cherry Coke. I like cherry Coke. It's delightful. I'll drink cherry Coke, but I do not like cherry Pepsi. It has
I
a
don't like
different
Pepsi.
taste.
I
I
think
used to love Pepsi years ago,
ugh,
no, I like Coke.
yeah. I don't know
Pepsi goes
why.
flat,
It does. It's too
and I don't like
syrupy.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Not
what it
enough
is.
mixture for me, but anyhow.
What are you drinking?
Why did I say Valaris? Valaris water.
Well, there you go.
Court of Dreams,
You know,
specifically
that cup there,
water.
I think will fit in my giant new purse I got.
Oh, for
I
sure.
can I can fit a lot of
Yeah.
stuff in that purse. That is so
Mm,
pretty.
I love
And who
this
was
one.
it now, what is the lady's name that you got that?
Amy, she, Zoo, Zoo, and Rue, Roo. She has a bunch of Bookish,
We'll
um,
put a
little
link,
crafty stuff.
we'll link her in our, when we, post this
Yeah,
on our Instagram,
I
like,
love
when we
her
announce it.
stuff.
But now, on our just since those are our drinks, but now these are the drinks that we want you to make. Now, you have to go on our highlights on our Instagram, 2 Girls, 1 TBR, and go to Sips, because Parker said that she is a beverage goblin. So, she's a self-proclaimed beverage goblin. So we, got a collection of drinks that represent the light and the dark of her worlds. You can find like I said, you can find the full recipes and the how-to on our Instagram under 2 Girls, 1 TBR, under the highlights sips. The first one is the Caged God.
Mm.
So that's a little hint there.
Mhm.
That's the alcoholic one. It's a dark divine packed in a glass.
Hmm,
And the other one is the
divine.
Magpie's Echo. That's the
Ooh.
mocktail. That one is reclaiming your color from the shadows.
Cool. I like that.
So again, I hope somebody makes these lovely drinks, or Heather's going to extend her hobbies into drink making and be
I know.
you would be you would be a bartender, right? Would that be the right? Because a
Yeah,
barista is a person
mixologist,
does what a barista is that only
coffee.
coffee? That's
I think
only
so.
coffee. Okay.
I think it's a
So
mixologist if you do,
okay.
like, the fancier stuff.
Well, you could be fancy. I bet you they have online that you can get yourself certified as a
Oh,
mixologist, and you could be
now
even
that
fancier.
I don't know,
You
that
need to
sounds like
tell
my
your husband.
ADHD, like, would be like, "Yeah, let's do that next," and then fall short with that and, like, find something else to do in the between.
How is your
Oh my gosh.
embroidery going?
It's not going right now. Again, ADHD, I was like, "Yeah, I gotta get this, like, done. I gotta figure this out." And then I started doing, short and long stitches, and I'm on
Okay,
the green right now. This is gonna be satin, but this is short and
okay.
long, and I don't know,
It looks cute.
it's not bad. Definitely need practice, and I need to watch some more videos on how short and long work because to me it looks more chain-like instead of seamless like it's supposed
Mm.
to. So I
I
wanna, like,
think
see some other people do it, catch
I
on and
think
just
what
like
would be good for you because you're doing like that's embroidery.
yeah.
That is a much harder thing to do. Or don't do counted cross stitch because that is the kind where you get the material and you have to count the little. Don't do that.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to get some stamped cross stitch. You can go. There's a website called. I'm gonna. This is German. It's Herrschers. That's how I pronounce it. It's Herrscher.
Okay.
But you can get the catalog and it has all kinds of embroidery and things like that. And they have a ton of stamped cross stitch. And they have like pillowcases, uh, your doilies to go on your
Mhm,
dresser or runners for your table. And they have bigger tablecloths. I mean, you can do all different ones, but it's stamped. The pattern is stamped on there, and you just have to make X's.
mhm.
And then you have to do a little outlining and stuff, but it's not quite as complicated as
As
what you're trying
embroidery,
to do.
yeah. But
It's
Rebecca,
a
please, I choose everything hard in my life.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, let's see. That could go a lot of different ways there, Heather.
So I'm laughing so hard because I really didn't mean it to ma
Well, we've seen your skills with the champagne bottle.
everything has to come out difficult. Okay.
Oh god, oh my god, that's so funny.
That's
Only
me.
Heather. Only Heather.
Only me.
But you are embracing your, granny, hobbies,
Oh,
though.
for
You
sure.
are.
Yeah. Yep, and I think the next one I'm gonna do I found this, like, on Instagram, I keep finding stuff there. Um, there was stained glass puzzles that you put
Oh.
together, and then it goes into, like, an acrylic, like, window frame, and you put
Oh,
it
that's
in like and you
interesting.
hang it. Yeah, so I'm like, "Ooh, I like puzzles." You know,
N
that's
have
another
you seen
granny thing.
now, stained glass it's an art, and you have to cut glass and do all that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is beautiful. I don't know if it's not that I wouldn't have the patience, but I would cut myself or I would do something wrong.
Yeah,
And I would because I know when they buy those big panels of stained glass, it's pricey.
I bet.
But they have this other thing if you want to try. Have you seen it? They have stained glass paint.
Oh, yes. So
And you
then I
can
was
do
also
that.
thinking like, "Ooh, I have all these windows in my library here, right?" And I was like, trying to read
You
the
could
other
do
day, and instead I was looking at my windows thinking like, "Hmm, what would I paint on my windows? I need to look up stained glass paint."
or y or you can get,
My
they
ADHD,
have
man.
now if you don't wanna do that, they do have the window cling that you can get,
Yeah,
and you can make your window stained glass, and you can send rainbows into your room.
yeah. That's
I've sent you videos of
yeah,
different things that I want you to do to your
yeah.
library
But
because
that's
I
not
want you
fun.
to
I
make it
feel
a
like
dark space.
yeah, I don't know about dark
Are you
because
not a dark are you not a dark space kind of
I like
person?
that's weird because, like, I like dark academia. I like when people
Yeah.
do dark libraries. I do. But I don't know, I feel like maybe because I've been in the dark for, like, a while now, and I'm finally coming back to the light and, like, seeing the good in life again. Like, I need the brightness right now.
See, now this is my dream for your office, even though I'm gonna live vicariously through you and try to force you to do this. But yeah, I'm just kidding. But if it was my space, I would do like the deep, like a really deep plum or a
Yes.
real deep, like navy, and then like I don't know, I'm leaning towards that navy I seen the other day, and then I would put those real pretty gold stars, like the stars are all over
Yeah.
your ceiling. And is your ceiling smooth or is it
It's
textured?
smooth. Yeah.
Oh, you have so many options. My ceiling is not
Cottage
smooth.
cheese?
It's
Yeah.
it's not even cottage cheese. It's just like real heavy textured.
Okay.
It's
Not
more,
bad.
it's just real rough.
You can still
But I
paint
mean,
it.
maybe.
Yeah.
But I always look at the, because this is not our forever ever house. It's for the next probably 5, 8 years. That's my goal, because
Yeah.
I wanna move to something even bigger is my goal. But I have to think of, if someone else wanted to come in here, would they like my would
Your
they like
whimsy.
my whimsy and my dark? Because I wanna make
Yeah.
my house into, um like a witch's cottage that's out in the middle of, or
Yeah.
a wizard's place that's had many travels.
Very cool.
And I like dark things. I
Yeah.
really I wanna get those sconces and they look like this coming out of your wall like somebody's
Mhm.
hands. They say
Yeah.
they're for Halloween. No, they're not. They're for all time for me.
They
And I
can.
want those, and
Yeah.
that's what I have thoughts. These are
Yeah.
my I don't wanna quite be like that one lady I sent you that did, like, the Harry Potter room and stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, I loved it. I
Love
love
it.
her ceiling and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's almost too pinky color
Yeah.
for me. I need darker.
I
I
also
wear black a lot.
yeah, I change my mind a lot. So, I have a feeling like I'd, like, I'm a mood reader too,
Mhm.
so if anything, I'd, like, have to have, like, maybe I'll do, like, 4 corners in here, like, 1 dark,
Oh.
1, like, bohemian, 1 bright, I don't
Oh,
know,
that'd
like,
be
that's how,
neat.
like, I feel like I would be because I'm such a mood reader, and I like to be immersive at times, but,
You could
yeah,
move yourself around to the areas, whatever vibe you are, you can move it
right?
as your background.
Yeah, why aren't people
Oh,
doing this?
that would be a neat idea.
Yeah.
But I do think though, since you the way you are, I do think you should look at, on Amazon and do the window where it's just that you can peel it off,
Yes.
because otherwise, if you that would be a process if
But
you
that's too
painted it and then you have to
easy,
scrape it.
Rebecca, remember, that's easy.
Oh, that's right. You do everything hard
Yeah.
and difficult.
I I have to do it myself, okay? I gotta get
Well,
the paint and the rainbows on the window by myself.
have you told Jordan that these are your plans?
No, definitely
Oh,
not.
he doesn't, so he
He
doesn't
he
know
would
what he
just
might have to do.
no. I mean, like, the bookshelves up here, like, I definitely tried myself and then interrupted him while he was watching his playoff games. Yeah, come in and help.
So he'll just be surprised.
Yeah, and it
Okay.
gives me a little huff and puff, but it gets done. So, it's a good book husband, I guess.
He's good that way.
Yeah.
Yes. That's hilarious. Oh god. So now we've discovered that, Heather only likes things hard,
Mhm.
and that she orders audiobooks in German. That
Yes.
is what we've discovered today, and that she's got her granny hobbies going on.
I
This
sound
is what
really
we've
cool.
learned today. Oh my god. This
Who
is what
wouldn't wanna
okay,
know me?
this is why you're my one of my besties. See,
Oh,
wait till Chelsea, gets to hear our
I
awesome
know.
episode with this.
I saw a reel the other day, some guy was like, um, "Marry someone with ADHD because you'll never be bored." Like, you
That is true.
like, I have just yes, this is
You just
ADHD.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you get
Not
real
boring
super
here.
you get hyper fixated on something,
Yeah.
and then you're like, "Oh," and then you see something else, and then you get hyper fixated on that, and then you forget about the other thing that you've done, and I do that with other I bought a planner because
Mm.
I always buy a planner every year because I have to keep track of certain things,
Yeah,
and I'm like, "This is gonna be the year I'm gonna
yeah.
really write." Do you think I have? I bought stickers and everything for
I
this one.
know, you try to, like, really amp it up and be like, "Okay, this is gonna be fun. This is," and
This
then
is
you
gonna be the
start,
year.
and then you forget to look at it, and then you're like, "Okay, okay, I'm gonna go back. Okay, we're gonna do it this month." And then, I mean, even I think I'm a few weeks behind on mine, and
Oh, yeah.
so bad. Yeah.
But this is what happens to us.
I'm spontaneous like that.
I think this is why this is why we are friends. I
Yeah,
think it's, we have bonded over all these weird things that we accept each other for
true.
all of our weirdnesses.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's because you and I, we are who we are, and we are who we are with each other. This is what you're
100.
seeing here is this is us. This
Yes.
is not like how like some people have like a real fake facade and that kind of thing. No, this
No.
is what life is like with us.
This is me. If you wanna come have coffee with me, like, this is me.
This is why I
We'll talk
wish we
about
were
some
closer.
really weird things.
This is why I wish we all lived closer to
I
each other. But
know.
the one thing I told Chelsea, this is one thing before we go get Parker. This is something I want to do is I want all of us to get together and some of our other friends and be on here. Not we don't have to record, it'd be just us together. I want to do a conspiracy theory party. Have you ever
Mm.
seen one of those? And like everybody comes up with their own conspiracy theory that's going on and they have to convince everybody else to go along to
Okay.
believe with their
Saw
conspiracy theory.
somebody doing that on Instagram.
Like,
Okay.
some people have tinfoil hats on and,
Yeah.
it's all it can be any. Because remember, there's always nobody is batting what is it, 1,000 or 100, whatever it is in baseball.
Yeah.
Nobody is doing that, so I do believe some of the theories that are out there are true.
And I just like listening to him too,
Mm,
like, "Oh," like theories in a book, right? Like, when people get
yes.
into, like, ACOTAR theories, I'm always like, "Oh, that's a good one," you know? Like, could that happen? There's some good ones out there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just, like, ones like, Chelsea and I have done and then you and I have done, it's just there's so many of them. And now that we're getting closer and closer to ACOTAR being released, we
Yeah.
have to do a couple more ACOTAR, episodes between now and then.
When I reread, I'm down.
Ooh, when are you going to reread?
I was thinking August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna just read ACOTAR, or are you gonna read Crescent City too?
Probably all of them. Tog. Um,
Woo. Are you gonna do audio?
mhm.
Yeah, so you can get through them all.
Yeah,
Mm,
and then just kind of write down, like, my interconnections, because I remember certain things in Tog happening that I remember Crescent City talking about, and then ACOTAR, of course, but they
yeah.
already interconnect, but, I remember, like, certain people, like creatures and things like that, and I'm like, "Oh, I need to go back and, like, highlight this stuff." So,
Again, I'm still shocked that Reaxis is she.
yeah.
Still shocked on
Did
that
you
one.
hear about that one where they think Bryaxis is, inside Elaine? And that's why she
Oh.
is, like, searing and, like, having her mental
Oh. Is
breakdowns
it
and stuff?
possessed? Hmm.
Yeah.
I think Briaxis no, I think they're out, like, having the best time in the world, right now. I think they're out wandering around, but I do think they were the gatekeeper to hell, because that's
Really?
7 levels of the library, 7 levels of hell, and that was the pit. There's some they're all Sarah's very intentional,
Yeah, and she
very
evaded
interconnected.
all of those questions on the podcast when
Yes,
we
she
were, like,
did.
getting into the weird theories, like, kind
I
of
like
the
how she's like,
bizarre one. She's like, "Who thinks of these things?" And we're like,
"Oh,
"You do."
and then she's like, "Oh, yeah." And she's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." And so that
"Oh,
tells
I
you.
can't say these things."
But you can tell, though, just by her response with that some of us
Are
are
onto
correct,
something.
or we're
We're
on to something.
we're
Yes.
close or we've hit the little point there, so
Mhm. Interesting. But now we will
excited.
be right back. We're gonna go get Parker and drag her down into our insanity that we have here.
Yay! Okay.
Okay. Welcome, Parker. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for
Hello.
having me. Yeah. So we were just talking about your covers, and you were
Yay.
saying the girl or the artist that does Crowns of Nyaxia did
Mhm.
yours?
Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah, it's the
both
same
of them
cover.
or just the
She's
trilogy?
done all of my covers so far. I've got a series coming out in October, and I've got a different cover artist for that, but
Okay.
every other cover she's done for me.
Sweet. That's why they're so good. And we
Yeah.
were saying they have
They
little Easter eggs in them because I
they
was telling her about Magpie. I'm like, all of that, you'll see it in
That
the
is
story.
something that,
they're
like,
so
all of my
pretty.
readers constantly mention. They're like, "I love how much just seeing the covers, I can, like, understand, like, this is gonna tie into the
Yes.
story."
And we are cover snobs in that sense of
Yes.
like we love to pick up
Oh,
those
yeah.
things. So like the sickle there, I was like, oh, it's giving me grim dark. And I only started the first few pages this morning on that one. But Rebecca has gone a little further in the
Yes.
series and he's the god of
What did it?
pestilence
Well, he's
or
uh
soul
he's the
reaping.
god of suffering and the
Yes,
reaper of fields.
reaper.
Of
Mhm.
the
I was
fields.
like, oh,
Yeah.
boom.
Oh yeah.
Like, got it.
You
Very,
had me.
like Hades and Persephone vibes. Like,
Ooh,
it's
okay.
definitely loosely based on Greek mythology, so a lot of the gods that you see in the book correlate to gods in Greek
Love that.
mythology.
I
Love
have to
it.
say, I've met Ramses there at the beginning because it's Ramsey, yes?
Mhm.
Pronouncing it correctly, okay.
Yes.
Because again, you know how we are.
Right.
But I love how he's very dark, and I like that he has green eyes. I just wanna put that out there.
He has
Gem-like.
gray eyes.
Oh,
Great.
is it gray? Did I read it wrong? I must have read it
Rebecca's
wrong.
putting
Right, bro?
herself her own man together in her head.
I have him in my mind as green eyes. Okay, but gray eyes. Well, that still works for me as
I
well.
was like, there is someone in there with green eyes.
Oh.
Oh, so
You're
maybe what
early
I
on in it,
was
so I'm not gonna say anything.
okay, so I got to a part and it said green. Okay, so that's something different.
Was it perhaps when she was around a bonfire?
Yes.
Okay,
That's where
2
I'm
different
at.
characters, 2 different characters.
You're
Oh, so
mixing
this is
them.
someone I'm mixing them.
No,
Okay.
it's okay. Everybody always assumes it's the same one, which is kind of what I
Mm.
intended, so
Ooh. Oh, I love that.
Oh, this has intrigued me more. I have to
Ooh,
tell
okay.
you, we absolutely love your writing style. I
Yes.
oh,
love your well, both of us, we both can say this, we love how you do your world building. It's very vivid in our minds. And it's just you know what's going on even though you're thrown into it,
yeah.
you don't know what's going on, but yet you guide us and so far what I've read so far, it's amazing. I highly recommend.
Well,
Yes.
thank you. That's another thing a lot of my readers and my street team tells me a lot is they like that I do gradual world building because I do write
Yes.
in a very like intentionally
Mhm.
confusing style. I throw you into the middle of the story. I don't give you a lot of preamble. You learn alongside the characters. But one of the things they always mention is they're like your descriptions. They're like I can perfectly picture what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Like it
Yes.
almost plays out like a movie in my mind.
Yes.
Well, good.
Yes.
That's what I
100%.
intended.
Yes.
It is
It's
amazing.
so captivating, and I love being immersed in reads. I'm a immersive reader with, like, my
Mhm.
audiobooks and stuff too, so this one was so easy. And then Magpie, you kinda do that here
Mhm.
too, and we were talking about timelines with this one, so it's a past,
Oh my god,
present.
you've got so many little, tabs in it. I
Yeah.
love that.
I went through this one and whatever kind of stuck out, I only had so many tabs, so I was like really trying to get the good stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll go through it with you one day.
I
Well,
whenever
'cause
my, like, street team or anybody tells me that they've annotated my books, I'm like, "The amount of money I would pay to
to
have
see.
that copy and to get to see, like, what stuck out to you
Yeah.
and what you wanted to underline and highlight."
Oh yeah. I'll take pictures of it and send it to
Yeah.
you.
Oh my
Um
I'd eat that up.
yes. Because it's like those like in-depth moments that where like the emotion just like hits hard and you're like, all right, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
Magpie
I
is
need
my
it.
favorite story that I've ever written and will probably forever be my favorite story that I've ever
This
written.
one's gonna stick with me forever and for
I'm
days.
excited to read it because
Yes.
I started with the other one, and then I'm gonna read that one. I'm very excited because
Okay.
Heather told me it's amazing.
And we thought it was a standalone, and then I read the back, and there may be more to come.
So it is a standalone. So the story in and of itself, like without obviously trying to say this without spoiling anything.
Okay.
The main character's story is done.
Correct.
So
It'll
you're
be an interconnected.
yeah, and you will not need to know anything about Magpie to know the other story.
Love
Like
it.
you
Oh,
can
okay.
read them separately and be perfectly fine. There might be like little Easter eggs and little hints and stuff
Yeah.
that will hit deeper if you've read both, but you won't have to. But
Nice.
Oh, okay.
that story is
Yeah.
nowhere on my publication schedule. So
Oh no.
I know,
It's okay.
I know.
But I'm still excited for it because when I got to that point where with that other couple, I
Mhm.
was like, oh, that would be a good like kind of
Yeah.
way to go into another chapter or into another like series part of it.
Well, because
And
I had already started writing, because I probably have, I mean, an untold amount of half-finished manuscripts on my laptop at just any point in time. So I'd already started writing this one story, but I hadn't given any of the characters names yet. I was sort of just outlining it. And when I was writing Magpie and I got to those characters, I was like, oh, these are those characters.
sweet.
That was just their story that I'm writing. Okay, okay, cool. And then I was able to go in and like actually start giving it depth and detail. And it is a very cool story, and I am excited to release it, and I will release it. I just,
In due
it's
time.
whatever characters are talking to me at the time are the ones that I
Yeah.
focus on, and so obviously I've got the Fates Entwined series
Yeah.
that's ongoing, and then this new story that I'm releasing in October has just completely captivated me and is quickly becoming. It's trying to outpace Magpie as my favorite thing I've ever read.
Oh, okay.
Now, now this one, now this is going to be more than a trilogy,
Hmm.
or I just thought it was a trilogy. Oh,
Like
No,
that's
no,
it.
no, no.
even more exciting.
I know, I felt so bad because again, I had readers who were like, "Yes, we finally get to the end of this," and I'm like, "Oh, don't go into this expecting it to wrap
Oh,
up.
Oh
No, no,
no.
no, no."
oh, well, that's even more
Yeah,
exciting.
and
Yeah.
Okay,
then
and then
you'll
now
get a
book three
fourth
just
book.
came out.
Hmm? 3 days ago. Yeah,
24th.
yeah,
Hmm.
last Friday it came out. So you'll get at least another book in the Fates Entwined series, but probably five. I would say it's probably going to be
Wow.
five total.
Okay.
Well,
That's
that's
exciting.
exciting.
I
That
love
is
when
exciting.
you get to know a world and you love the world and it never ends. I think
It's
that's
Yeah.
why I'm a sucker for a series because when I
Yes.
sa-
get characters that I love so much, I
same.
want more of it.
And
So,
I always hate like when I fall in love with a book and with characters and it's a series, but then they continue on with different characters in the series, I'm like, no, 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 go back to the ones that I love. Like I just
yes.
convinced my two of my PAs to read Bride and Mate. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, I would read a 7 book series based on Mate. Like, cause I loved Bride, but then I read Mate and I was like, this is one of my favorite books I've ever read. Like,
That's
I
what
if
I
I
have
could
heard
just
a
have
heard.
lot
an
about that.
entire series with like Serena and Keon, I'd be so happy.
Okay, you make me want to read that now. It's been on
It's
my
so good.
radar, but I'm like,
Ah,
Because I
I
have
it's
don't
heard
so
that because
know.
people have said that Bride is good, but they
mhm.
said Mate is like chef's
It
Yeah.
kiss with it. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
did not think I would like it more because like vampires are my bread and butter. I love vampires, so and I like vampires more than I like werewolves. So when it
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
from vampires to werewolf, I was like, I'll like it, but I probably won't
Yeah.
like it as much. And no,
That's
it
good.
far and away exceeded my expectations, and
Sweet.
I'm like, I want to reread that, and I already just read it.
Yeah. And I like Allie. I love
Yes.
her books and I read the Deep End
Hmm.
last summer and it was really good. Oh,
I
love that
haven't
one.
read that one yet because I'm such a fantasy person. I have only recently started dipping my toe into more contemporary stuff,
Yeah,
but the majority of what I read has to be fantasy.
me too.
Yep.
If I get a recommendation like our friend Chelsea that's on here, usually she's our contemporary girl. And if she's like, this is so good, I'll be like, all right, I'll try it. I'll try
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
I'm mainly like thrillers or like mystery.
Yeah.
Also kind of up there with like, I dabble in it, but I think a majority is fantasy now that there is fantasy. Because I was that kid that had like Twilight and Harry Potter, and then there
Yeah.
was nothing else for 10 years while I was in school. And then all of a sudden I became a mom and got my Kindle back out, and I was like, oh my gosh, what are all these fantasy series?
Yeah.
didn't know these existed. So I'm like catching up now with all my fantasy. It's great.
I went through the reading slump that I feel like everybody went through where you just had like a 5-year stint of like not really reading
Mm,
anything. And then I
Yeah.
was going on vacation. And I was like, I really need a book to read. What my friend was like, I
yeah.
think you would like The Night Circus. She was like, if you've never read it, you should read this book. I really feel like you would love it. And it like, it reminded me that I wanted to be a writer. It was literally the reason why I left the career I was in to then pursue indie like authorship. It was one of those books where I was like, reading this makes me feel like magic exists. This is the type
Yeah.
of writer I want to be. And then I got done with that and was like, what are some series that are like The Night Circus? And it recommended Caravel. And I got done with that trilogy. And I was like, what are some series that are like Caravel? And that was the first time because Google was like, here are some enemies to lovers series. And I was like,
Ooh.
what's enemies to
Yeah.
lovers? And then the
Right?
first book it recommended was Tower, and I was like, "Yes, I'll give this a try." And read all of them in like a week and was like, "Okay, now
Yep.
I'm obsessed."
Yes. Oh my gosh. And tropes were like brand new to me. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
heck are
Oh, yeah.
tropes? Why are people talking about this thing called tropes? Like, you just pick up a book and read the
Oh, yeah.
synopsis and read the book. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we didn't know
I
anything
had
of
no
this
idea.
until
Yeah.
we because like, I read up like, years ago, I was into, like, murder, like, medical thrillers, those kinda things,
Yeah.
Tessa
Yeah.
Gerritsen, I know I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong. I would read Janet Evanovich because I liked her Stephanie Plum series. I would read those kinda things, and then I had kids, and then I stopped reading because I
Hmm.
didn't have time for
Yeah.
myself because I had too many people attached to me. And, and then I started reading here a couple years ago, and ACOTAR was actually the series that started me back into reading, and it has
I
exploded,
was
but
like, I
I'm
feel
deep.
like that's everybody's
A
introductory
Yeah.
lot.
series.
Oh,
So
and then
many.
and now I'm deep in my villain era. That is where I'm
Yeah.
at
She's into her
because
dark romance now.
I
Yeah.
mean, I write dark romance, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Like
you know
I think you would love Magpie. Like after you
oh, I'm
read
excited for it.
Path of Sorrow, like
Mhm.
go and read
Read
Magpie.
that one.
Because
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
gonna
I'm very
fall
excited.
for the villain and he is villainous and you're gonna still be like,
Sweet.
well, can he redeem himself? And you're gonna love it.
I had so many
I love
people, my
villains.
ARC readers, when because that was the third book that I released. So most of my ARC readers were already a little like
Mm.
familiar with my writing style. And I had so many of them when they were reading Magpie, like making content about that one particular character or like
Oh.
sending me DMs about him being like, "Oh my God, the way you're making me fall in love with him." And I was just like,
It's kind of like
because
a
in my
Tamlin
mind, it was
situation.
since obviously I wrote it, I'm like, it's very obvious to me that that character is the villain. And my husband had to be like, no, it's obvious to you because it's in your mind. It's
Yeah.
not obvious to
Yeah.
anyone else. I was like, oh, okay. I mean,
Like
that's fine too.
he's dark and dangerous. Like he is like that captivating villain that you're like, "Ooh, she's falling for the bad boy." And then the picture that you sent us, I was picturing him like that, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, I can kind of see that." Wait, the card. I mean, like, is that how she described him? And then I realized
Yep.
it may be another person.
Yeah.
See, interesting.
Yeah,
You
Well, see,
should
that's
never,
exciting.
never expect anything in my
the
books.
way it is.
Everything is always like, I love turning a trope on its head. I love just like completely going the opposite way of your expectations and like leading you to think I'm going to take you that way and then taking a
Oh,
hard right
and I
turn.
love those kind of reads, right? Because I'm like,
Yep.
"Oh, this is the romance. Okay, okay. Oh, wait. I don't
What's
like
happening?
him now. Like he ew." Like I literally like during the part where he's in the past and we figure out like him and Irina,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Ew." Like that's
Yeah.
how he was before. In my mind, I was like, "Ew, okay, I don't like him now." And then it starts like spiral, and then I'm like, "Ooh, oh, no."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, this
Yeah.
has me
Oh,
I
it's
quite
so good.
intrigued
hmm.
now.
But I really thought, like, that was the end game guy. Sorry if
Everybody
that's
does.
spoiler.
And well, and again, I'm not trying to figure out how to say this without doing any spoilers, but if that is how you felt reading Magpie, I'm very excited for you to read the sequel if you ever get to the sequel of Your Path is Sorrow, because Your Path
Okay.
is Sacrifice has a very big rug pull moment as well.
Sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh, okay. Can I
Oh,
go read
that's
now? Bye,
interesting.
guys.
That's interesting. Now, what would you say your favorite trope, or what are your top 3 favorite tropes to write?
Mm. Enemies to lovers, forced proximity, and hmm, like my mind wants to say fated mates, but I don't necessarily write that. That's a trope I like to
Mhm.
read. I really like dream walking, any kind of like dream
Mhm.
stuff. I'm a big fan of. But yeah, I don't know. Top three I couldn't name, but definitely enemies to lovers and forced proximities as
I love those too.
the top two. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Those are my favorite.
Was
I
just at a book
love.
con over this last weekend, and there was a girl who was selling these really cute embroidered like hoop things, and it was embroidery and beads, and one of them just said enemies to lovers on it, and so I bought that one. I was like,
Nice.
yep, yep.
Heather,
I mean, maybe I should get into that.
that is your
Like,
next thing,
like
because
my
Heather's been
granny
embroidering.
hobbies. Like,
Yeah, I was like, it looked like that. She just would have like little
the
beads and
beads
like
on it
gems and
too.
stuff all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I just started. This is my first one I've ever done.
Well, it looks
So,
great for your first one.
thank you. Yeah. I'm artsy, but I have ADHD, so I dabble in a lot of different hobbies
I
at
was about to
once.
say you have
So,
50 different hobbies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it is like, I like decorated my wall finally just because I got some fire under my butt and I was
Yep.
like, okay, I'm going to do this while my husband's watching the playoff games for the Stanley Cup. And then, like, halfway through it, I drilled some holes that weren't supposed to be where they were. And I was like, so is it okay like that? Like,
You're like the water
no.
coming out of the wall. Is that okay?
And he was like, you know,
But he
and then
did come and put them up for
he
you, though,
came
in the
and
middle of
helped,
all of it.
and then I was like,
Right.
"Oh, I got it, fine," and he left, and then I was like, "But so, like, I mean, can I?" And he just I ended up being like, "Well, why don't you just hold it there? You're taller than me." He ended up doing it with me.
Like, see, I'm the exact opposite where like I'll get those ideas in my mind and start doing them. My husband will be like, "Do you want help?" And I'm like, "No, I've got it." As it's like slowly falling on
Oh,
me.
yeah.
It's okay. I don't want to be a
Yeah, when
bother.
it says, like, 2 people need to, like, put this together, I'm like,
Right.
"No,
It's a suggestion.
I like things hard, okay? I like to do challenging things by myself."
Oh, God. Oh, Lord, you cracked my heart inside. Oh, Lord. But when we were talking about, like, standalone kinda things, books that you wish that continued on, the one that I wish that would continue on, which I know will never continue on, even though I know there was, like, a bonus chapters with it, because we were talking about it earlier, was Nocticadia. I don't know
Mm.
if Parker, if you've ever read that by Carrie Lake?
I own it, but I
Oh,
have not read it yet.
oh, you've not
So
read it yet.
no.
It's so dark,
I thought
and
I
you
bought
get
the
to meet.
audiobook for it, and, I bought it in German,
Yeah.
Well,
so I have to
well,
try and return that.
whoops. You're like, "Can I
Oh,
just
well,
exchange?"
yeah. I'm sure they would. I just have to, one
Yeah.
day get on, do that.
But,
So
like but that is one I wish would continue on. I mean, she does do, like, bonus chapters kinda deal. It's, like, 5 chapters extra, and it follows 2 people that you meet in the book. But I think it's done, but, oh, I wish she would've, and that's one of those kind
yeah.
of, things. But
I
that
want the
was the one.
characters
But
to
you have
go on forever.
well, if you meet Doctor Death, you'll understand why you want to see more of Doctor Death.
Doctor Death just makes me think of that podcast
I
about that
know.
surgeon that, like,
That's what I thought.
screwed up a lot of people.
Yeah. Have you seen that, Rebecca? Or listened
No.
to that podcast?
It
Gotta
it
yeah.
is
It's
horrifying. It is
wild
so
how this
scary.
this
And that's what it's
neurosurgeon.
called?
Mhm,
It's
The
called Doctor Death, right?
mhm.
show?
Somebody does, like, a series about this doctor who was a legit doctor, neurosurgeon, and somehow passed boards and somehow got a license to drill into people, and he was, like, crazy into drugs and didn't know what the
Oh.
heck he was doing, and he would go, like, into surgery and do these surgeries and, like,
Yeah.
pretty much kill people.
Like,
He
just
was not doing
completely
them.
botch them, or, like, they'd go in
Yeah.
for a simple surgery and come out paralyzed.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
and
this
So
it was
that's
person
what
still
we
alive?
think about.
It was like
I think so.
instead of anybody going to the board and trying to revoke his license, the hospitals were just shuffling him from hospital to
Yeah.
hospital to hospital, but like sweeping everything under the rug and not
Mhm.
saying anything about it.
Oh, well, he's a horrible person. Is this man
Yeah,
still alive?
I think
I
so.
think so.
I was like, it was pretty
Oh,
recent because it was another doctor at a hospital that he worked with who eventually started realizing like this guy is botching a bunch of surgeries.
Yeah,
He's
and
ruining a
tried to
lot
get
of
him
patients' lives.
banned.
We need to do something about this.
Mhm.
oh, interesting. Well,
I don't
Yeah.
know if it
hopefully he's in
ever went
prison now.
through. I
Did he
think
go
he
to
is.
prison?
I think he is.
Honestly, I don't know because the when I listened to it, I don't think it had wrapped
My
up yet at that point, and I haven't
Yeah,
revisited it since because
me
then
neither.
books took over my life.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to look that. I like to listen to podcasts that do a lot of like involving true crime, murder, those
Yeah,
kind of
you'd like
things.
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that kind. It's my murder
You
porn.
would like this podcast then,
Mhm.
Okay.
like
See,
especially if you listen to oh, I'm forgetting the name of it, but it'll come to me later. But yeah, if you like true crime, you'll like this podcast.
Yeah,
I did,
a
and I
feeling.
like to watch that kind of stuff on TV. I did see there's a new one that it's Evil Lives Here because that's one of the shows that I like to watch. And it's like people, they go back and they're people that actually lived with these people or they were friends with them or they were their husband, etc.
Oh, like
But
serial
this one,
killer people?
well, it could be, murderers. It could be just, well, yeah, basically, yeah, I think most of them
Yeah.
were all murderers. They did something really bad. But this new section of it is that it's their children are the murderers. They've done something bad. Because I mean, like, what do you do? You have these children, you have them, they're
Oh, like
your perfect thing, but
Dexter.
they are picking up on things that are not normal with their children, and they're talking about it, but they don't realize at the time
Mhm.
what it's going to lead to, in that. So, I'm like,
Hmm.
"Hmm, I like
So
but see, I like watching that kind of stuff while I fold laundry. That's when I like to watch
Oh,
it.
yeah.
yeah, yeah. For me,
Because 'Cause I've
it's
had
reality TV, but I like my shitty little reality TV show.
n
Oh,
what's that?
I was gonna ask her what reality shows are
Oh, yeah.
on
Uh,
these days.
my top tier ones are any of the Real Housewives franchise, like Beverly Hills, Potomac, or Salt Lake City are the ones that I watch the most. And then, of course, like Love is Blind is a big one as well. Stupidest show in the world,
Yeah,
and I eat it up. Or like
I
Married
know.
at First Sight, any of those like dating type of shows. I watched Age of Attraction, but it was basically just a bunch of creepy old men going
Yeah.
after young girls. And I was
Mhm.
like,
Oh.
I really hope this show doesn't get a second season. This is gross.
I I
Uh,
haven't and I like to watch documentary kinda things. I
Hmm.
don't really watch a lot of which, I mean, they are reality because 'cause you're following, like, like, The Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch
Yeah.
or is it The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch? And then there's The Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch. I like those kind of
yeah.
things, but I
Oh, yeah.
did watch years ago, there was a reality show called it was like The Love Cruise.
Uh,
And it was on and I watched this was, like, many years ago, like, maybe the early 2000s, something like that, and the woman that was on there, she would get real angry and her eyes would pop, like, out, like she was real angry, and that's what I remember from that whole reality
see,
series. Yeah.
I grew up with MTV, so mine were like Bret Michaels and
Oh my, and
Flavor
like
Flav.
flavor. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah.
clock. Yeah, so
I
I
those
grew
are the
fairly
love.
sheltered, so we
Yeah,
didn't watch that stuff growing up. But now that I'm, a woman in my own house, I'm like, give me all of it. It's
I know.
amazing.
what
Oh
was the
man.
reality show with Flavor Flav, the one where he was with, Brigitte, is it Brigitte Nielsen? Was that her name?
Flavor of
She was on yeah, and he was having a relationship with her during the show, and he loved her so much. Remember, because she's
Oh,
the actress, she was with Sylvester Stallone at one time, and then when she was, like, 50, something like that, she had a baby,
oh my gosh,
and
good for
it was
her.
amazing. I'm like,
ooh,
"Hmm."
50.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
she was there and she married some guy that was much younger than her then, or he was a lot younger than her, and they had a baby together, but I think
Oh,
she had, grown children, and
Yeah.
then she had a baby, like, when she was 50, or
Hmm.
she was in her 50s, I think, and I was quite impressed, but yes, during the reality show, her and Flavor Flav, he loved her, and they had some
hmm.
romance. But I don't
Ooh, I
remember what
remember
that
that.
was, but I think that was on MTV.
Yeah,
But
probably.
that might have been during your college years, Heather, and
It
so
could
you
have
were
been.
paying attention to other things.
No, it's out at the bars.
That's probably where you were.
Yeah.
See see, I have 10 years on you,
My
so
own
I
dating
was at
show.
home. Well, see, I was I was home, and then let's see here, what year were you in college, Heather?
20 2009 to, like, 2012?
Okay, see, I was having my first baby at that point, so I was crazy because my son was born in 2010. I got divorced in 2009, and then I got then I had a baby in 2010, and then got married again in 2011, had another
Oh.
baby in 2013, and another in 2015.
And it doesn't
That's
feel
my
that
time
long
frame.
ago. It does not, and until you really start thinking about, like,
You're like,
how
"Oh,
you
wait a
acted.
second."
Yeah, or what was popular back then, right? Or
Yeah.
we didn't have cell phones with, like, data back then, right?
No,
No.
no.
Or photos and things
T9
like that.
texting.
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband and I were just realizing that we haven't been married this long, but we've been together. It'll be 16 years in October. And I was like, our relationship can drive a car? I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
didn't we just meet? What's happening?
Yeah.
It my husband and I, we will be together 17 years this July, and then our oldest son, he'll be 16 in September. And I'm
My
like,
oldest child is a cat, so I
Nice.
don't know if that counts.
Yes. They're so
"Yes."
demanding.
They are.
Someone
Well,
I
not as
know.
demanding as the sleeping puppy I've got in front of me, who's
Oh my
normally a
gosh.
nightmare, but
Yeah.
right now is very
Oh.
cute.
We don't have any animals because I grew up with dogs. Like
Mhm.
I know what puppies are like, and I was like, I have feral toddlers right now. I cannot do a puppy. And people are like, but you
Again, I don't
know,
have any
like,
kids,
oh,
but when we got Caspian, he was 6 weeks old, and I was talking to my friends who are moms, and I was mentioning, I was like, "Oh, it's not the same. I'm just having to, like, wake up every 2 hours to go outside to try and potty train him, and I have to, like," and they're like, "No, it's like you have a kid."
yeah.
I was like,
And you
"Well, I
still
mean, but I could put him in a kennel, so."
right. Like you can leave them for a little while at
Yeah.
least and go to the store and whatnot. But some
He can
dogs
feed
won't.
himself.
Some have like some bad anxieties where you can't do that.
Yeah.
Or like if you go on vacation or something, you still have to have someone come like play with them, walk
Yeah.
them, feed them. So it's similar. It's similar, just different, hard, right?
He is
And
a very, because again, I've had him say I got him right as I, like, quit my job and decided to, like, become an author full time. So he's basically been around me his entire life,
mhm.
and this dog is attached to my hip. Again, I was out of town at a book convention, I just got back this morning, and he lost his mind when he saw
Oh,
me and was just,
he's
like,
Love it.
jumping all over me.
that's
Aw.
that's the one that you had in your video,
Mhm,
isn't it,
mhm.
the other day? And, oh, he's so cute, you have to see him, and
Yeah.
he's so pretty, and he's a big boy, and he doesn't know his size.
This is not there we
Oh,
go.
look at him. And he thinks
Cute.
he's just a little baby too.
Oh, I
He
love
doesn't know how big
that.
he is.
Mm-mm, 'cause
Yeah.
when I got him and when he was a puppy, I'm normally like, when I sit on my couch, he would sit behind my back and just, like, rest his head right here. But he was also this big. Now he's 65 pounds and is still like, "I can just creep
Yeah.
right back here, right?" And,
Yeah.
like, crowds into my space, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, buddy."
Yeah.
Oh,
We
he's
had
so
labs
cute.
that did that. They thought they were the small dog. We had a Maltese and labs,
Labs
and,
are a nightmare.
they
I mean, they're cute, they're sweet, they're just
they're just
very energetic.
hyper. Yes. So they'd, like, run in the house when they got inside. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm inside, I'm inside, I'm inside." And you're like, "Just lay down," and then they try to, like, lay right on top of you and think they're this small
Yep.
little thing. Love
See, we
dogs.
don't have any pets. I've had pets in the past, but we have, in our neighborhood, there is a lot of, like, little stray cats that are around, and we have several of them because 'cause they're like gangs.
Yeah,
They
yeah, yep,
have their territories,
We have
and
some too.
we do
oh, yeah,
too.
we have a little black and white cat, we have a fluffy gray cat, and this other one, she's got the little short legs, you know what I'm talking about? And
My
she's real
kitten.
fluffy, and she lives under our shed. And she was scared of everything. Now, mind you, we call them certain names,
Yeah.
and I know as they travel, they have other names that they go
Oh, yeah.
by from other people. We call her Marshmallow because she was so panicked because when we first would go outside and she was on our deck, she'd be like, "Oh my god, stranger danger," and
Yeah.
she would run so fast with those little tiny legs. So just imagine, it was hilarious.
Uh,
And then we have the fluffy one. He's very laid back, but and he'll fight with the little black and white one, and, like, she'll be getting real sassy with him, and he'll take his paw and he'll put it on her head. He's like, "You have to stop." And
Calm
and
down.
then they will fight any other cat that wants to come up on our porch into our
Yeah.
area. Again, I told you they're like gangs. And
yeah.
then we'll like drive like out our neighborhood and we'll see other cats that we never see here because they're at,
They're in
their own
those
territory.
territories. Yeah.
Mm, and we have a
Uh,
black one that's coming around now and he looks like a panther and we've
ooh.
named him Bob.
Nice.
The reason we named him Bob is because our neighbor that used to live across the street from us, he was an interesting individual. He is no longer here and he is no longer with us on this earth either. He was an older guy. But he used to say he would run our street. He would run 4th Street. So that's the cat. His name's Bob. And I ask
Running.
him, I'm like, "Bob, are you running 4th Street?" And he just looks at me. He's like, "Stranger danger, you're talking to me." But that
We
was my
We have a
fun.
little ginger kitty that our driveway is shared with our neighbors, and so this little ginger kitty goes between our houses, and he's completely feral. Both of us and our neighbor have tried to adopt him. He refuses to be adopted, but he's got a gash going down one
Ooh.
eye, and he's a little ginger cat, so I named him Lucien, or Lulu for short.
That's cute.
Oh, these ones here, they know, like, when like, my husband will come home from work, they'll say, "Oh, there's that person." And he's like, "Are yous all waiting for her? Are you waiting for her to come outside?" Me, because they know, because I'll feed them. I'll give them
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I give them their little num nums, or I'll give them little treats. And he talks to them, and they're like, "Yes, we're waiting for her.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
hasn't appeared yet." And that's and then it's every morning, and when he comes home from work, they're like, "Yes, we're here.
And they're
We're
Oh.
waiting
probably
for
going
the
to like
lady."
5 other houses getting dinner from
Oh,
all of
sure.
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Well, the lady that lives diagonal behind us, we call her the cat lady because she has, like, all kinds of them there, and then she gets upset that 2 of these cats that are the fluffy gray one and the little black and white one, they come to our porch, and she gets mad, and she slams her door. It's the cat lady.
Oh my
So we
gosh.
call her the cat. Oh, she's different. She marches to her own drum beat. But
Oh
that's
my
our
goodness.
we have interesting neighbors. But those are our
She does.
cats. So we have adopted them. They might live outside,
That's cute.
but we've claimed them. But your baby is so cute. I love him when you did your video the other day.
My
He's
gosh, he
just
is the
he's that big.
sweetest little baby angel in the world. Even when I was like gone this weekend, I was texting my husband. I'm so codependent with both of them. I was like, "Oh, send me pictures. I want to see your face." And the dog.
Oh,
Like
good
even
times.
without asking, he'd like send me a picture of him, and then he'd just send a picture of the dog. He's like, "I know you're also curious about Caspian." I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
it's been
Now
2 days.
you said you went to BookCon. Were you
No, no, I went to a book convention.
oh,
I did
to
not
Okay.
go to
a
book.
book one?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, because people are I've been seeing all kinds of interesting, reviews of, BookCon. Like, I know the authors they said had a wonderful
Yeah,
experience.
I'm friends with an author who went, and she said she had a weird interaction the first day, but everything was cool beyond that, and she had a really good time. I think she ended up selling out. I know a ton of people
Wow.
sold out, so I was like, great for them.
Yeah.
I know, I saw Maggie Sinceri, I saw her, she said she sold out the first day, and she was very surprised by that. Um, that's neat, but they said it was a lot of weird stuff, and then, like, there was, like, really long lines
Yeah.
and stuff. It's like, did they sell too many tickets for the event
I
kinda
think
thing?
from what I was hearing, or I don't know, I wasn't there, no part in this, but from what I can kind of ascertain from what I've seen, it just seemed like it was too small of a venue. They should have done it
Mm,
at a bigger venue to have more space to accommodate the lines. And then
Yeah.
obviously there were all the issues with like the signing times for the bigger name authors and stuff like
Gotcha.
that. But I mean, there's always going to be drama at every
Oh
book
yeah.
con I've gone to. There's some kind of drama. There's some kind of issue. Except for the one that I just did this weekend, which was great, and I sold out in like 30 minutes, and I was supposed to be there for
wow.
2 hours.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
That's amazing,
So what
that's
do you do when that
fantastic.
happens? Do you do like QR code kind of book sales
I
after
should
that?
have. I should have.
Look
I
me
mean,
up
I
some
had my
things.
card that had my QR code for like my social media, and so I was like, you can go on here. But I had, like, candles as well, and so I kinda stayed to, like, sell some candles, but
Yeah.
it was I was very, very shocked because I had a line of people who came specifically to meet me, which was very strange. I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, one girl came up and pulled my books out of her bag, and for a moment, I was like, "Where'd you get those?" And she was like, "Oh, I already bought these. I just didn't think I'd ever get a chance to meet you. I just want you to sign them." And I was like,
Nice.
and I had one girl who said
That's
her sister's
nice.
in Canada, and she was like, she knows she's never gonna get to meet you, and so she demanded that I come here, and that girl ended up buying, like, 2 copies of everything that I had, and I was like,
Wow.
I did not bring enough stuff. This is insane."
That's
That is
awesome, though.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun experience. And it was
So
like a cool little local, or well, local to my sisters, because 'cause I'm in Tennessee, my sisters live in Alabama, and it was a mobile bookstore, Blushing Books is what it's called, and they're about to have a brick and mortar location. This was their first year putting on this event. I'm like, I would have thought you guys have been doing this for a decade. Like, it went so smoothly, it was so professionally handled. It was incredibly well patroned. I did not They were like, "We should have gotten a bigger venue. We didn't know
wow.
how much the book community was gonna show up for this."
Yeah. I've
Now
noticed more and more the book community is growing for
Mhm.
sure.
mhm.
And like I think the other day with Independent Bookstore Day, they were saying like there are more like 400 something more independent bookstores this year that have opened compared to like
That's
past years or something.
that's
And
awesome.
so like yeah, like the independent bookstore is now over the conglomerate ones, like
Yeah.
Barnes and stuff are it's growing. So we're
Well,
getting a
and
lot
because
more
people wanna
independent.
tend they want to shop local. They want, or at least,
Yeah.
like, that's how my community is where I am. Like, my town that I live in, we really any kind of local store that opens instantly does well because we
Yeah.
love to support
Yeah.
local as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Yes. Yes. And you want that like closeness
Mhm.
in that
Yes.
community and the like, hey Barb, I'm back.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
You get,
it's
like,
that
a more,
warm.
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
you get, like, a more curated feel to it, so instead
Yeah.
of just it's like someone, at Target behind a cash register checking you
Yeah.
out, it's somebody who's like, "Well, what do you like? What are the
Yes.
tropes that you like? What's the
Yeah.
genre you
Oh,
normally
did
read?"
you see this book?
Yeah,
Oh, if you like that one, you need to go grab that one over there.
exactly. It's people who
Yeah.
are excited about it and want to be excited with
Yes, they're
you
Yeah.
book
about it.
people too. Yeah, and not just there for the paycheck in a
Yeah,
Yeah,
sense.
because you don't get that when you go to Barnes& and Noble. Of course, you don't get that, of course, with Amazon or,
Oh gosh,
any
no.
of those kind of things. You don't get that warmth, and I think that's why the independent indie, bookstores are so important, and plus, they tend to have more of your indie authors than
Mhm.
those other places,
Yeah,
and like Heather was saying, they know the book and they recommend it more. It's more of a personalized
it is.
experience.
It is.
Here in Louisville, we have, it's a novel romance, I believe. I haven't gone to it yet, but everybody I've talked to that has said it's an absolutely amazing, independent bookstore. And then there's, Carmichael's, and they said that one's wonderful too. That's on Barstown Road. I told my husband I want to go on a little adventure
Oh, I would
mhm,
love to.
and go. He will not go in with me. He will not. He will go do
No,
other things and whatever, but he will take me and I will be the passenger princess
don't
and he
I'm
forget
will
to
take
very
grab
me
the
to my
lucky in the
joy.
card.
sense that my husband reads romantasy, so
Oh, fun.
which is funny because I was reading Iron Flame, and I got in his car, and he's a wine salesman, so he goes around to different
Oh,
stores and sells wine, so he has a lot of accounts and a lot of customers that he talks to, and I got into his car, and I saw Fourth Wing on the floorboard, and I was like, "Did you buy this for me?" He's like, "I've already read this one, like, I already own it, I'm on the second one." He was like, "No, one of my coworkers gave that to me, like, one of my customers," and I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "She said she thought I would like it because she knows I like Game of Thrones and stuff like that." And I was just, like, holding it and looking at him, looking at him and the book, and I was like, "Do you know what this is?" It felt very much like I discovered my kids with
Right?
drugs situation, like, "Who gave this to you?"
Yeah.
But he ended up reading it and loving it, and so then I convinced him to read ACOTAR as well, and he's promised me at some point he'll read Crescent City, but he's like, "Let me let me read some non-romance first
Yeah.
before I do that."
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm trying to get my husband into romantasy or just like any kind of fantasy because he liked Game of Thrones, but he watched the show, didn't read it.
Well, I mean,
So
if we're ever gonna get it finished, which I don't think we will, but
Yeah.
whatever.
I think I think my husband and I were talking about this with somebody, and he pretty much like has let the fandom just like create their own like fanfic of it in a
Mm.
sense, and he's not going to. I think he has come out and said like I'm not going to finish this. In my
I
opinion.
know,
Hmm.
I I think what happened is he soft launched what he wanted the end of the story to be with the TV show because it had diverged once essentially they ran out of source material. It had diverged from that plot and they started adding things in. But I think
Hmm.
the ending is how he intended it to end, and it was so widely like disliked that he was kind of just like, well, I don't.
Maybe.
That was the
Mm.
ending. What's the point
Yeah.
in writing it now when everyone hated it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Why waste the
Interesting.
time?
Yeah.
You know.
See, I
I
can't get my husband to he likes video games.
yeah.
That's
That's
his
my
thing.
husband.
I cannot get it. I tell him about my books, but he half listens to me while he's playing it. But I was telling Heather my most excited thing because we just got Netflix. We've never had Netflix. We've had Hulu. We have all kinds of other ones, but we never had Netflix. I got him to watch Bridgerton with me,
My
and
sister, she got her husband to watch it. Not like she didn't try to. She would just be watching it, and he'd be in the
Mhm.
background, like doing dishes or like cooking or something. We'll just pick up and be like, "Wait, what's going on with Penelope?" And so she
Yeah.
was eventually like, do you just want to watch this with me?"
Yeah.
Wait,
So they
we'll
watched that together.
we start. We'll see. He was playing. He has one of those handheld gaming systems. He has
Mhm.
a it's an Asus ROG Ally X thing. It's basically a computer, and he was playing
Like,
this
is
game.
it like a Steam Deck? I'm assuming.
It's like a Steam Deck, but yeah,
Yeah.
this I think it was like 900, 800 or $900.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It isn't my thing, but he always tells me
Gaming.
it's a computer. I like to
Yeah.
game. I do too.
Mhm.
But he's more into emulation and all kinds of stuff like that. But he was playing it and I had it on and I was watching it. And I was watching it and he's like and he likes to commentate on any of my shows that I'm watching because he makes fun of them.
Yeah.
And he kept making fun of this, and then he got quieter, and then I started noticing he was paying attention to it. And then I wanted to watch it last night, because because today's Monday for us while we're recording. This is our Friday. Monday is our Friday, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
so he said to me last night, he goes, "Oh," he's like, "Don't watch that." He's like, "We'll watch it tomorrow night." He's like, "I'm too tired tonight to watch." I said, "Oh." I said, "You wanna watch Bridgerton with me?" And he's like, "Yes." So
Yep.
that was an exciting moment for me because he watches my little shows I like to watch. I like Elsbeth, he makes fun of that. He makes fun of my Matlock, the new one, and then I watch, High Potential, that's another one. I I love them. I like their little stories, it's just my thing, and he makes fun of them the whole entire time, and he likes to point out the plot holes of the episode while I'm watching. I'm
No.
like
No. No.
"Be quiet, I'm
No.
just play your game." And this
We're
is what he
just
does to
here
me.
for vibes. We're just here to
Yes.
enjoy it. Don't point out plot holes.
Oh, and then he liked to point out that the sky wasn't moving in their window with the clouds and stuff. I'm like, "Leave it alone. It's my happiness."
Congratulatory.
And this is what he was doing to me. But that was my exciting thing though, because I told Chelsea that, our little Chelsea, um, I told her, I said, "He's watching Bridgerton now," because her and I talk about our husbands as well with that. But, so now what is you said you have another series coming out
Mhm,
in October. Now,
mhm.
have you announced anything about it, or can you give
I
us
have
any
announced
tidbits?
that I can say I haven't announced the title yet, so I won't say that. But it is coming out October 9th, I want to say. I should know that date. And
Okay.
it is going to be a dark fantasy romance trilogy. It's got fays, vampires, true enemies to lovers, like in a pact to kill each other kind of enemies to lovers, and deadly trials as well.
Okay. Is the whole thing like a trials, or are you going to like start or have some
It
trials?
book 1 is deadly trials.
Okay.
Book
Okay.
2 is a whole other roller coaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's exciting.
I just actually this weekend I was finishing the first round of edit and going over all the notes that my editor sent me, and there was one point in it when I had done something, and she was like, I had to close my laptop and just stare at a wall for an hour
Oh, geez.
before she came back to it. I
Oh,
was like, I'm
no.
so sorry.
Oh, no.
Well, that's a
I'm
good
getting
sign. I like
excited for
that.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was one
See, I love
scene
that.
that I wrote and I had rewritten and rewritten and rewritten, and I kept sending it to my beta readers because I was like, I just feel like it can be worse. I feel like I can torture these characters more. And they got to a point where they were like, stop, it's too bad. Like, you're good. You don't need to make it any worse. And I was like, okay, cool. And that exact scene, my editor was like, I think you could make this a little worse. I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's really torture the characters.
That's awesome.
Interesting. Oh, I'm excited for that then. When
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you think you'll be revealing the title to that?
That will be soon just because my third book just came out. I'm still in the like
On the
promotional
highs
phase
of
for
that.
that one.
Okay.
But my PA and I are already working on like starting to get stuff going for that because I'm going to do a big push with this one. I'm doing audiobook with it as well. I just
Oh,
passed both of the because it's two POVs. So you get the FMC and the MMC. So I just cast the narrators for that and I'm so excited. Their voices are incredible. And I'm also doing like a special edition with it. So like
ooh.
hardcover sprayed edges, which
Oh,
I haven't done
nice.
hardcover before. So
For
very
pre-order?
excited. Hmm?
Is that going to be pre-order, the special
Mm-mm.
edition?
I'm in the process of finding actually speaking of indie bookstores, I'm in the process of like narrowing down the bookstore that I want to work with to do a pre-order campaign
Oh,
for
good.
them.
Yeah.
And I have so much character art I'm sitting on right now, including a ton that I've done myself.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
You draw?
Oh, she
That's
does she
cool.
does draw. That was something else I was gonna ask you.
So cool.
'Cause yeah, that is one of the neat things is when the author is the artist as well, because then we
Mhm.
truly see what you see in your mind when you are creating these
Yeah.
characters, and I think that is one of the coolest things.
That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm by no means good. I just enjoy doing it. It's like I don't consider myself an artist. I'm like for me
Me neither. I'm not.
it's just a hobby at
Yeah.
this point. But so I will always still commission actual artists to do like professional ones for me. But then I have like my little ones that I do. I'm like, it's fine if it's imperfect, if there are a bunch of mistakes in it. I don't care because I didn't pay for it. I did it. So who
Yeah.
cares?
And it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I love
the
that.
other thing we wanna talk about too, because May is Mental Health Month,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and, 'cause, you said that now I have not read Magpie, and Heather has there, but you said that there is a lot of different topics that we could talk about for mental health with that.
I'm so sorry. My dog is rolling over and
Oh,
trying
no.
to like move the little table I have that my laptop's on.
He's like, "I'm ready."
He's like, "Oh,
Remember, he's
is it
only
time for
this
me to come
big.
on?" Yeah.
Oh.
He's a baby.
But yeah, no, Magpie deals with a lot of mental health representation. The way that I like to describe it is just told through the lens of magic. So, like the biggest theme in Magpie are themes of basically it's an allegory for a character struggling with depression,
Okay.
and it's my journey of struggling with depression, the way that I felt, the way that I struggled with like suicidal ideation and self harm. It's that story and my relationship with depression and with anxiety, just told through the lens of magic. So instead of it being my depression, it's the villain, and
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
you get to see it as a character.
I loved it because it's relatable in a story form, which I
Yeah,
loved. So, like, in the begin like, a lot of my tabbies, I'm like a lot of them are kinda geared towards, like, those emotions
yeah,
or like, a saying or kinda, like, coming to the light in a sense or, like,
mhm,
feeling that depression where you feel so numb that nothing matters anymore. You are down in the dumps, like, want
yeah,
something else, but don't know how to do it, and then just, like, giving up.
yeah.
And
Because for me, it's
Maggie goes through that.
yeah. For me, it's like my depression. It was very comforting. It was very comforting, and it
To
felt
stay
like a
there.
safe space, which is what I was trying to exude with that character, and with the idea of the house, with the idea of the
Yeah.
villain. is the fact that to her it's a comfort, it's almost an addiction. It's
She
like
does.
something
She
she can't
gets
let go of.
cozy in it
Yeah.
and builds relationships there
Mhm.
and thinks that this is the way it's gonna be. This is my life now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's, like, in the haunted house and dealing with all the creeps and creatures and darkness, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've had
Interesting.
so many readers. That's the book that, like, I've gotten the most interaction on because the primary thing is I will just have people who reach out to me in my DM and say, like, "This book made me feel seen."
Yeah.
And then they will tell me their own story and their own struggle with it, which has also just been such a cool experience. Like, having somebody trust me so much to, like, dig into that wound and let me know, like, what they went through. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
just it's an
Yeah.
experience I thought I'd never get, and it's one I didn't think I'd get from just being, like, a fantasy author. Like, I didn't realize it like, my words could affect people this way. Like, I've had
Yeah.
people who have reached out and been like, "I felt myself slipping back into depression, so I started reading this book again to remember to, like, try and fight it."
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great story of, like, being there, being down, dealing with it as, like, "This is where I'm at, and nothing more to it," and
Yeah.
then finding those little like hold, like you're climbing and you're
Yeah.
finding those little finger place hold mints and stuff, and you're slowly getting there and you're like, come on, Maggie, keep fighting, Maggie. And it's well done. I really loved it. And it is very relatable to my own depression and where I was at not long ago. And yeah, so
And have you finished it?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay. All I wanted to say is there, without being like, again, this won't spoil anything, but the scene when two characters are driving in a car together towards the house, um, that conversation was me talking to my past self.
Yeah.
Like that was just, I'm like, if someone could have said this to me, if I could say this to someone, like this is what I would have wanted to hear. So
Yes.
that was me just talking to past Parker.
Yes, and how they, like, sit there for a while with each other,
Hmm.
and they don't say much, they're just kind of, like, together in their peace, in their heads, whatever they're
Yeah.
doing, and then it just kind of, like, slowly creates a conversation, and I'm like, "Yes, that is how it is," like, you just have to kind of, like, want to eventually come out of your
Yeah.
shell to say something
Yeah.
and
You
do
actually have
something.
to like name it and face it
Yeah,
to
yeah.
actually be able to like move on from it.
Right. Yes. And that character, tricky little character, I knew I was like, "She's something else."
Yep. And has makes no difference to the story at all. It's just a little Easter egg that I put in there because I thought it would be hilarious for this specific character to have that. But how I was referencing her wearing friendship bracelets, he's a Swiftie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
And
just thought I was like, wouldn't it be funny for this of all characters to be really into Taylor Swift?
oh, yeah, but her character, like, I like how she's kind of like the opposite of her
Hmm.
what you would think
Hmm.
her character was. That I love too, because I was like, "Oh, yeah, I knew it. Because
Again, I'm like everything that don't expect anything when you read my books. Don't try and expect anything because I'm very much going to give you the opposite of it.
yeah, it's great.
See, I love that because some books you read or an author how they write, you know where they're going to
Yeah.
go and you kind of know once you start it, well, where this is going to go. I think that makes it special when you don't know where the story is
Hmm.
going to go and
It does.
it's that surprise, that
Yes.
suspense, that element in it and I like that too.
Yeah, and it keeps you going. You're like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh. Whoa. Let's keep
Wait,
going to
what?
Builds
next
that
chapter.
it
Yeah,
builds
I
that
have to.
excitement.
3 a.m. Here we go."
One of my lifelong best friends is an actress, so a large part of her job is reading scripts and critiquing them.
Mhm.
So I also always send her my stuff as I'm writing it, and she has been able to guess every single twist I've ever written, except for the end of the third book that I just released in the Faith Entwined series,
Wow.
Your Path is Vengeance. She was like, I didn't see any of that book coming. I was like, finally, finally tricked you with something.
Ah, that's awesome.
That is pretty neat.
That's cool.
Uh let's see, huh? Now, Okay. Now this is our Scream or Dream Haunted House Edition. So
Ooh.
now Scream is bad.
Okay.
Dream means good.
Why did I
uh,
automatically think the opposite? What does it say
well,
about me?
when we had our sweet little Ravenna veil on, we had to explain that to her because she didn't
Hey,
know
I
which one
questioned
was it.
it too. A lot
Yeah,
of these, I'm always like, "Rebecca, wait." Like, I think more into and I always am in the middle, like gray in the middle. I'm like,
Yeah.
"But what if?" And how about like twist it?
So Scream's bad, Dream is good.
Dream is good. Now,
Okay.
would you stay in a house of shadows if it meant your passions were returned to you, but you could never leave?
100%. I never wanna leave my house to begin with, so that is the dream.
Now, do you think the older we get, the more we like to be in our own like nest kind of thing?
I think maybe that might be true for other people, it has always been true for me. I have my entire life been a painfully, painfully shy, introverted person. Like, I always say to my husband, I'm like, "You gotta be pretty great to beat my house, because my house is awesome, and I never wanna be away from it."
That's cool. That's like the House of Wind when I think of this.
Yeah. Why
And
would you go anywhere? Just live there.
right? And don't complain about it. Like in
Wine on
Avatar.
demand?
I for the life of me, I'll never understand why Nesta felt so much that she needed to go down those 10,000 steps. I would have been so content in that house that talked to me, gave me whatever I wanted, made little tiny baby Pegasus that
Yeah.
could just come and visit me, bring me chocolate cake,
Yeah.
desserts, books. I would be perfectly fine and I would never leave.
I
Oh,
will
yeah.
say, because I have a lot of people very near and dear to my life that are in active recovery right now.
Mhm.
And so that book hit a little bit differently for me, just because I
Okay.
was like, this is very much someone who's an addict trying to do whatever they can to continue to get that fix and continue
Yes.
to get that hit and continue to run away from recovery.
Yeah.
So I can unfortunately understand her mindset in that
Oh,
just
yeah.
because of the road that I've had to walk with some loved ones.
Yeah. And her, like, need to, like, get the drink and do what she wants to
Mhm.
do and
Yeah.
kind of not see what was in front of her, like, what more there is
Yeah,
than just, like, her despair and her,
yeah.
like,
Which
mindset.
Nesta's my favorite out of that
I like
series.
Nesta too.
Cassian's my favorite out of that series.
And you know how
Forever be a
we
Cassian
were
girly.
talking about series and, like, how they switch
Yeah.
the point of view? I was so mad during, Silver Flame because I was like, "No, I want Farah and Rusan."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it switched, and I was like, "Ugh, what let's see." Like, I might as well read it. Everyone's talking about it. And then I was like, "That's my favorite book so
Yeah.
far."
It's hands down my favorite
Yeah,
from the
but
entire
I was
series.
upset at first. But now
Uh,
they're my
well,
favorite characters.
well, let me ask you, since you've read ACOTAR the same as us, what do you think's gonna happen in book 6? What is your, uh, thoughts on it?
I don't necessarily have any predictions. I like to, because I am this is going to sound like it doesn't make sense, but I promise it does. I'm a huge horror fan. I love horror.
Mhm.
I consume it. You would be hard pressed to find a horror movie I have not watched. Um, because of that, I'm really I've gotten really good at guessing the plots for horror movies, and it spoils it for me, and it
Yeah.
doesn't make it as scary, and it doesn't make it as intense, and so I've gotten really good at just completely shutting my brain off and experiencing it,
Okay.
and that's what I try to do with books as well. Because 'cause I'm like, if I think too hard about it, I'm gonna figure it out, and it's not gonna hit as much. I want it to hit. I want to be
Right.
surprised. I wanna have those aha moments. So I think it'll revolve around Elaine. I think it'll revolve around Azrael. Beyond that, I'm not guessing. I know the
Okay.
queens probably have got something to do with it because I
Ooh,
feel like
yeah.
they're running around doing stuff, but
Well, we have our ACOTAR miniseries that we do, and we deep dive into all the theories out on the interwebs. Because
so
believe
many,
me, there are
So
so
many.
many and
so
stuff,
many.
and
It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Chelsea wants to redeem Tamlin, but I think Sarah kind of showed us that maybe she's not going to give him a redemption arc.
Yeah. I'm okay
But
with that.
I'm perfectly fine. But Chelsea, she truly wanted Tamlin to have that. But there
I
are
have some
so
friends who
many
are
things.
big Tamlin apologists.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have thoughts. Do I think the book's going to be about Elaine? I think Elaine's going to be part of the story. I don't think she's going to be the entire story. I think
Okay.
there's a lot we don't know about because Elaine has gone through a lot
Mhm.
and she hasn't said much. Elaine, now Nesta's a different kind of story. We know she went through a whole lot. We saw it because she was more open with
Yeah.
a lot more things. She showed her, that she was angry. Elaine's not showing any signs of truly of anger and stuff. And I think that will play into it. I think there's something going on with Briaxis now that we know that's a girl. I think there's something with that. I think
I
there's a
always thought it
reason
was a
why.
girl. I don't know why people
Did
were, like,
you?
shocked
I
about that.
I
I,
just
don't-
thought it was a shadow. I didn't think
Yeah?
it had a gender.
I thought it
I
had a gender. I could have swore it was a lady.
well,
Maybe it's
I
she's
my
feel like
it's the
all the
foresight.
things that
embodiment.
I
It's
feel
the
like all the
embodiment
things
of
in the
fear.
books are ladies. Like the House of Wind
Yeah.
is a girl.
Right. I think maybe that's why too, because everything else is women, yeah, like you
Yeah.
were saying, embodiment of women.
But I think
So
we're going to
worried my
see more
dog's about
about. Well, I think we're gonna see more about more, is what I think. Because
Ooh, that'd
I
be
would
good.
she
love
was
that.
very much absent there, like, you see a little bit
Very.
in the little Christmas novella, and then you don't
Mhm.
really see much of anything of her in Silver Flames,
Except for like right at the end.
Mhm.
and that's it, and there's nothing and there's a reason. Sarah's very intentional with everything she does. So I think there's something there. And I mean there's like little tiny things like who is this woman that Azrael went to see at Rose Hall? Was that his mother? That was in, the Christmas novella. It was just a
Yeah.
little thing that was added in there, just a little sprinkle, then there was no more talk about it. I Rhysand going to be I mean, we all know that he is very dark, he has a dark side and all that. Is it going to come out? Is he going to be the "Oh, look at him. Oh, he's such a baby."
Baby.
I mean, I have a lot of theories. Why is there a pool of moonlight in the spring court?
Hey, she
I mean,
he did not give up that as being real or not on the podcast. So it could or
yeah,
could not be.
Yep,
so
that's true.
I my one of my theories is because as we know, all the series are interconnected.
Mhm.
Um, I think that Rune Dannon's mother, because there's bonus chapters where you can see where he talks to her stuff. I think this is my theory that she went through that pool of moonlight because all these areas are misty areas.
Yeah.
Remember, I think Tamlin and her were in a relationship. She gave him the pool of moonlight as a gift. And I think he pushed her through one of those misty places. I think she's in Midgard, and I think she's Rune Dannon's mother, and I think Rune Dannon is Tamlin's child.
But he's
No.
described as looking like Reese.
Yeah, he looks like Reese.
Well, if his mother is Reese's sister, the one that supposedly died,
It's true.
Okay.
because when Bryce went through and said, "Hey, take me to the Prince of Hell," other theories with that. But who did she see? She saw Azrael, and Reese was right there too, because it was at the river house. It took her
Mhm.
Yeah.
right there. So, and then she thought Reese was Rune.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why does Rune look so much like Reese? I understand there's the Starborn eye, there's all that kind of
Yeah.
extra kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think
That's
there's
my
definitely
theory.
something with Rune and Reese. I've known
I
that
think there's
for
something.
sure. Mhm.
He is the sweetest baby on
He's just
in the
so
entire
sweet.
world.
Aw.
I'm telling you, he thinks he's this big.
Oh, yeah.
He does. He does.
So
He thinks
cute.
he's itty bitty. He does not realize that he's very big, and because he's a boxer pit bull, and so he's very big and very strong, and has
Oh, yeah.
no idea.
Has he ever pulled you pretty hard? Like you've been like trying to walk with him and he sees something he
Um,
wants.
so not really. We sent him away for training,
Nice.
and he's
Oh, okay.
he's pretty good on a lead, but even because we interviewed a bunch of different trainers before we decided on the one we went with. And every single trainer we interviewed was like, "Oh, what's his breed?" And we are like, "Pit bull boxer." And they're like, "Okay, we'll do our best."
Huh.
But they're like, "Those are two of the hardest breeds to train."
Oh.
So they're like, "He's only gonna really train so much."
Huh.
Unless, we were like doing 6 months intensive training, which we
Really?
sent him away when he was, I think, like 3 months old. And I'm like, "I don't wanna be away from my dog for 6 months." Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know
He's
that.
a sweet baby.
He is
My,
though. He's so sweet.
my next door neighbor, they have, a German Shepherd and stuff, and that's
Oh,
always her biggest
dream
fear
dog.
is that she's gonna see a squirrel or something or a cat, and she's going to
And
pull
just
her off the porch.
get yanked. Yep.
And plus now she has something happening with her eyes, and not my neighbor, her German Shepherd, and she's
Yeah.
blind in
Oh.
one eye, or she can't see a lot, and the other eye, she's not being able to see a whole lot. But I watched her the other day when I was talking to her. She saw a cat down the street, and she was like I'm like, "She saw it," or at least she's
Yep.
seen the movement, and she knew it
Oh, this
at.
dog has an aggressive prey instinct. Like, luckily, our cats taught him from a young age, "Don't mess with me." But
Mhm.
he'll still, like, if they're walking by, he'll just beeline and run at them, and I have to be like, "Caspian, no!" And he'll stop. But I'm like, "Those, they will slap you in the face. They don't care."
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I seen a video on Instagram, and it was a pit bull, and it was raised by cats, like, from when it was, like, really itty bitty, and it he thinks that he's a cat. He likes to curl up in the little cat beds. He actually, like, licks and baths himself kinda like a cat and everything,
yeah,
and I'm like,
he
"Isn't that interesting?" Just it was a learned
Yeah.
behavior by who he was raised by.
Yeah.
I think
You know,
he
as a
like, he
baby.
will curl up on the back of our couch, and I think he learned that from our cats because he saw them doing it since
Mm,
he was itty bitty.
yeah. My goodness.
Oh, but he's so
I love
cute.
I love animals. I just can't
But
do
this
one right now.
well, you
They're
have
the
a lot of
best.
Okay.
allergies and stuff at your house too, don't you?
My oldest and my husband are extremely allergic to cats, so we can't do cats.
Yeah.
And then dogs, like dander kind of gets to the oldest, but I just I mean, we don't have a
I mean, it's
fence
like,
and
cats are awesome because you can leave for a
you
weekend and they'll be
Mhm.
fine.
mhm.
Dogs are a lot of work, and when you've got little ones and a dog, that's like,
It's like another child around.
it's a ton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do Heather, why don't you get one of the cats that don't have any hair? The
Oh
ones that
god,
look like
no.
a ball the ones that look like a ball sack. You know what I'm talking
No.
about?
Yeah.
I want to get one of the cats that, I forget the like actual name for it, but the nickname is werewolf cat because they
Hmm.
look like werewolves.
Cool.
They're super hypoallergenic as well because they're not
Oh.
necessarily completely furless, but they look furless with a very thin layer of pitch black fur,
Cool.
very tufted
Oh.
ears, and like bright yellow eyes. They look like
Ooh.
little werewolves. I
Cool.
want so
Maybe you
bad.
could have one of those, Heather,
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to test it out.
and
Go
see.
trial and see what we
Right.
can
See,
stand, I
my
guess.
cousin she was allergic to cats, so she couldn't have a cat, so they
Yeah.
had one of those little tiny miniature poodles because 'cause they're hypoallergenic,
Yep.
Yeah.
and she had Frazier for years. I think
Mhm.
Frazier was 17 when he passed away, and
Gosh.
he was Frazier, and you had to see him. He was named after sh I think she named him after the TV
The
show
The
TV,
Frasier.
yeah.
show. I've
Mhm.
I've seen every single episode of that show no less than 100 times each.
Nice.
It used to be just like my background show that would loop forever and always.
And they
Isn't it
rebooted it. Have you seen the new boot?
So
no,
bad.
I
I
know. A lot
So
of the
bad.
reboots are so bad. I just
It's just, I'm like, just leave it.
yeah,
It was done. It, first off, went on too long anyways.
right.
And second off, you ended it, fine. Let it be over.
Yeah, I feel like
it
some of those older shows are older and good in their
mhm.
era because
Yeah.
now our era is very tech and
Yeah.
you can't kind of bring that nostalgia back in this era.
Yeah. Well, very much like How I Met Your Mother, where, every single night they're like all going to bars and like literally addresses on an episode where they're debating and in conversation and like having all these moments.
Yeah.
But then as soon as they introduce phones, there there's no need for debate anymore. You're just looking it up on Google.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think a lot of those shows, it's like you're not going to be able to
Bringing it back.
recapture, and also very different time period. Even something
Yeah.
like The Office couldn't be made today.
No.
Like, not done. And I love The Office. I love
Mhm.
that show is so much, but there's a lot of problematic things in it.
Right.
And if you were trying to make it for this audience, it wouldn't fly.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Yep.
the show that got me. Now I love Charmed, the original Charmed.
Mhm.
That was one of my absolute favorite shows. I can watch it over and over again, that kind of thing. I have not watched the reboot because I've heard so many people
Uh,
say
I haven't.
it's not the same feels that I would have.
right. Yeah.
And then they also did. Now I haven't watched this, but I didn't really watch the other one either, but they have the reboot is Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched the first one, like the original. I haven't seen the reboot yet.
I haven't.
Now they did recast the youngest brother,
Oh,
because he had no interest in coming back to the world of acting. He is an
Okay,
academic person now. He's at
good for
Harvard
him.
studying. And they recast him though with a guy, and he gave the guy his blessing, everything, the person that is playing his
yep.
part. But
Interesting.
it's interesting how a lot of the shows that we used to watch, like I can watch the Golden Girls, Designing Women. I love those shows.
Yeah.
I can watch Friends over and over and
Right.
over again, and
Yeah.
it does not matter to
Mm-mm.
me. It's weird what shows are your comfort
Yeah.
shows. Um, but yeah, The Office is one of my comfort shows. I love that. I can watch the same episode 10 times and
Yeah.
still I laugh. It makes me
I
laugh.
know.
Um, I love those. Now
Mm.
I did never watch The Office, the original The Office, the one that was made in England, the
Oh,
original.
no.
I've seen the
I've never
first
seen it.
season. Nothing. I will say the first season of the UK and the US are almost word for word. Like they are
Whoa. Okay.
identical remakes. But then obviously the US decided to go in a different
Mhm.
direction with their second season. But so
Okay.
I've only seen the first season of the UK one.
Interesting. I
See,
didn't
I
know there
like all those
was.
kind of shows.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, what are you currently watching on TV right now? Is there any new shows that are out? Because there's so many with Netflix, with Hulu, with all these different things. What has piqued your
This is
interest right
okay,
now
so
besides your reality shows?
this isn't current by any stretch of the imagination, but I am watching for me the first time, not for my husband, but we're together watching The Shield because he
Oh.
also introduced me to The Sopranos, and I was like,
Oh,
this is one of the best TV shows I've ever seen in my life. I want to watch something else that's the same vibe.
yeah.
He's like, well, if you like The Sopranos, he was like, it's not as good, but we should watch The Shield. He was like, I think you'd really like it. So we're in the second to last season of that one.
Okay.
And then for actual current stuff, we just finished, we're so far behind, but we just finished season 2 of Severance. Real angry that they only just started filming season 3, so who knows when we're gonna get that. We watch White Lotus again
Oh,
whenever.
that one's fun.
HBO
I
was always
haven't
like, you
watched
get
that
it
yet.
when you get it.
Yeah. Apple TV and HBO, I feel like I'll
Mhm.
buy it if it's something that I want to watch, and then I get rid of it because they don't have consistent things that I like.
Mhm.
But I also
They've
don't have
got
a lot
enough
of time to watch.
documentaries and enough horror movies that I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, it's worth it for me.
Yeah.
Now I've been watching. Well, I'm waiting for season 3 to come out. I hope they do season 3. At least I'm hoping. On
Uh,
Hulu, they have It's Nine Perfect Strangers.
Yes. So I didn't watch the second season. I saw the first season of it, and my
The second
sister read
season's
the book
different.
and said the book was really good. She said she liked the book a lot better than she liked the show.
Oh,
hmm.
I didn't even
Okay.
know it was a book. So there you go. You gave me information I didn't
Yeah,
know.
Nine Perfect Strangers is the one that it had Nicole Kidman in season 1, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
For a
Oh,
second I was like, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Yeah.
oh,
I think I might
and
have
it's
watched the first
crazy.
episode of that. Okay.
Oh, oh, it gets crazy. That whole season, and then the second season, she goes to it's a different location, same
Okay.
kind of
E-
things,
Mm.
Easy.
but but you're getting deeper and deeper into who
And
she
she's
is and
still
that.
in it?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh,
Interesting.
that's
Because you're
interesting.
and you have a new cast of people with her, though. She's
Kind
the
of very, like,
consistent.
White Lotus style. Stop it.
That's what it
Uh,
sounds
the
like.
girl the girl that was in Schitt's Creek, the one that played Alexis,
Uh-huh.
she's in season 2, and she plays a girl named Emma Jean,
Hmm,
Ooh.
and she's completely different than
cool.
how she was on Schitt's Creek.
I
Much
we were just
darker.
my sisters PA'd with me at this book event that I went to, and so when we were at the hotel, we're slowly catching up one of my sisters on Schitt's Creek because she'd never seen it, and we're in the very last season right now, and she's so convinced something bad's gonna happen. She keeps being like, "Patrick's gonna die. Patrick's gonna
Right?
die in the movie.
Yeah.
This character's gonna die. These people are gonna break up." And I'm like, "What about this wholesome ass, beautiful, happy show leads you to believe something tragic is gonna happen?" Like,
Childhood trauma.
literally, I'm like,
I
"It's not." I looked at her and I was like, "It's not a romantasy. Calm down." I was like, "This
that
is a happy
that
show."
is
Oh,
one of the
man.
best shows
Loved it.
that have
It's
ever been done,
it's
and
just perfect.
I'm so sad that we lost Moira there,
Oh, that
because
one.
she was absolutely amazing, and they were interviewing, Dan after, they were doing an interview, and because they were up at where they filmed, at the different locations and stuff, and they said, "Do you think you'll ever do a movie?" And he said before, losing
Yeah.
Catherine, he said before that, he said, "Yes," but he said now he
You
said, "You
can't
can't."
do it without
Oh,
No.
her.
you could
She's
not have
she's the
Moira missing.
backbone of that show.
She was so funny, and she cracked me up everything, and just in most of what you saw there, it was
Oh,
just
just
her. No
being.
take
Yeah.
was the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like in
There
character.
another I think it's
Mhm.
Apple TV, I wanna say, is The Studio, and she was in the 1st season of that, and that show is so good. It is so good. It is brilliant. It's incredibly well done. It's like a lot of my friends and family are very heavily involved in acting and filmmaking. So like coming from that background as well, it's just it hits very close to home. But her character in it is the same with Schitt's Creek. She's scene stealing. Like any scene she's in, she is the only one that you can pay attention to.
Nice. Yeah.
I love that. I have to say that is one of my absolute favorite shows, and for comedy and the warmthness of it, I love that, and then one of my other all-time favorite shows that I will watch over and over again, I cannot watch it with my children because it is not children, but I will watch, Sex and the City. I loved Sex and the City.
Never
It
got
was one of my
into that.
favorite.
Yeah.
I was a curmudgeon from a young age, and so whenever anything was, like, popular, it's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna like that," and so it was a show I never got into because everyone liked it and I
Yeah.
refused, I guess.
The first season, in my opinion, is very kinda cringy in a lot of ways because of how they do things, because of how
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's talking more to the camera kinda thing, and then as the seasons go, it's better, and then they have the one season where she was actually pregnant in real life, so it's a shorter season. It's
Ah.
kind of a weird season, but the final season that they split into 2, it's very good in the story. I liked it, but I did not watch the reboot, but I did watch that. See,
Mm,
that's another reboot.
excuse
I
me.
did watch the clips and stuff from it, and I was not it didn't make sense, half of what they
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
doing, because who their characters were and what they
Yeah, it's
evolved
very
them
different.
into, it's not who you thought they would be in
Yeah.
that second thing, so I think they did a disservice, to the original franchise, with the second thing of whatever it was called, what Just Like
Yeah.
That or whatever it
I
was.
don't
Yes,
remember.
that's exact because that
Oh,
was
is
the
it?
one where it was, like, a younger generation, right?
Well, yeah, well, it's them, they're in their 50s and whatever, and
Okay,
Big
okay.
Big
Yeah, they
they
rebooted.
eliminate him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like she's married to Big
mhm,
and I
and he
mean,
has his Peloton,
yeah, something happens
incident,
to Big and then it just kind of like changes her life so she becomes kind of like stuck in
and
this
she goes after
situation.
Natasha, and it's
It's
weird.
it's
It's
different. I don't
And
know,
then,
it's another one of those series that's nostalgic in its own era, like,
Yeah.
the way that those girls were in their era is not how they're gonna be today in the technology world.
Yeah.
It's just
but it's real weird, and then, Charlotte is very odd with it, and then her kids, and then, her oldest daughter and Brady get together, and it's just it's just I mean, I understand it could happen, because they
Yeah.
were friends, but it's just and it's just weird on how some of them
yeah,
It's just I
all
feel
every
like some of
every
dramatic.
those
social
reboots, you
thing.
just lose the charm.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think they tried to do too many things that were popular of ideas, like,
yeah.
everything possible, what is the word that everybody's I'm trying to think of it, social acceptable kind of things. They had to do everything
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah,
just doing like one or two. They did everything that could
yeah,
Yeah.
possibly be, and I think that might have been the
overworked.
detriment to yes, it was the detriment to that show. It was
Well,
too many
it's like
things.
when you read a book and they throw every trope
All of
in, you're just
Yes.
like, "Okay, all of them? All of them? Okay."
yeah,
You're like,
exactly.
"Pick
Like
5."
like, please stop.
Well, yeah,
Which is how I felt a
exactly.
little bit with Quicksilver. Just the whole time I was reading, I was like, "We're just getting all of them, aren't we?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
I listened to that on audiobook, so I think I missed a lot of that stuff because Anthony Palomini does amazing audiobooks. I love
I
his voice.
started listening to the audiobook of that one, and I don't know why, but I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
But I switched to the physical copy because I had that,
Yes,
so
it's definitely one of those, like, when I was, like, with Rhoda Bones, it was like, "Okay, I need to kind of follow along
yeah.
somewhere," and then eventually, like, I caught up and I was like, "Okay, I know this person, I know who that voice is, and this person, and Creeper and,
Yeah.
all that stuff." So,
I liked Quicksand, and I have not read Brimstone yet. I
I
have
have
it
not
sitting
either.
up. It's sitting on my shelf. It's been there. I pre-ordered it and it's sitting up there, and I just
yeah.
haven't gotten myself into that mindset to go into it. But I did like
Um
Quicksilver. I liked the end of it because to me, that last bit, like when she wakes up kind of moment thing,
Oh,
and
right.
then they look out the balcony and they look out to me, it's like such a cinematic moment in my mind.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, like how at the end of the movie, like something shocking happens, it's like a cliffhanger, and then the camera pans and all that.
Yeah.
That's what I see. Now I'm gonna ask you, now are you a visual when you read, do you see a
Yes.
movie in your mind?
Yes.
I'm
Absolutely.
Yeah,
shocked that people
like,
don't
scene.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people, they don't see it, or a lot of people also, don't think in words, if that makes sense. Like, they just, like, think in concept, but instead of, like, actually thinking out the sentence, they're just aware of what they're trying to come up with.
Hmm.
I think in sentences. I think in, like, full narration.
Trying to
And I
think
mean,
if
I
I
hear their voices.
Yeah.
I see them, I hear their voices. I mean, it might not
yeah,
be like some people see like real, like big detail. I don't know if I'm quite to that end of it, but I see it in everything. But I mean, it's weird to me that that like when I'm thinking about something, I hear my own voice in my mind when I'm
I
thinking.
do.
And there are people that don't hear
Yeah, they
anybody.
don't have their inner mom voice or something like that. They say
That's
it's your
so weird.
mom's voice in your head or something like that. But I do talk to myself in my head. We
Yeah.
have great
Yeah.
conversations, myself and I.
I talk to myself and my pets because
Yeah.
my husband works and I stay at home and write. And so it's my favorite thing is whenever he leaves the house, I like to see how long I can go without speaking or like making a single sound. I always say to my mom friends, I take for granted how very quiet my life is. But inevitably, the reason I start talking whenever I do is because I'm having a conversation with either my cats or my dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be, like,
Yeah.
doing chores, and I'll be like, I need to go do that," and I,
Oh
like, talk out loud, like, this whole, like, plan to myself, like, "Okay, we're gonna do this." Then I forgot to do that. Then my
yeah. Because
ADHD catches on.
I mean, I talk to myself a lot because, like, what I'm doing, and then my kids will ask me, and they're like, "Mom," because I homeschool, so my kids are
Yeah.
always with me, and they're like, "Who are you talking to?"
Yeah.
I said, "I'm
I get
talking to
looks.
myself."
You're like, don't worry about it. It's
Yeah.
none of your business who I'm talking to.
And they're just because 'cause they're nosy. They're
Oh, yeah.
nosy people. They're like, "What are you
My
talking about?"
yeah, my
Mhm.
five-year-old is very curious these days, so I have to, like, watch what I'm doing sometimes because she'll be like, "Mom, what do you do? Who are you talking to?" Like, my book is or, like, I'll laugh, like, when I'm
Yeah.
reading, he's like, "What's so funny? Why are
You're
you
like, don't
laughing,
worry about
mom?"
Oh, and you're just at the cusp of the age of that he's paying attention and he knows, and he will pick up on things.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause, cause
He
now
acts like an old
my
man sometimes
it.
because he thinks
now
that
my
he's dad.
oh, yeah. Now my oldest has no interest in he's like his dad, has no interest in what I'm reading, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Now the middle one, oh, he's more he wants to know. Like he was
Mm,
asking me today because he knew what we were doing this today, and he was asking me questions about your books and stuff. And I was telling him
Ah,
just about what I read from the first one there. And he's like, "Oh," he's like, "That's interesting." I hope I can instill into at least one of my children the love of reading.
yeah.
My little one, I don't know. She's little. Yeah, I mean she's 10, but she's kinda I don't know which way she'll go. My oldest, I know. I bought him the Witcher set for
nice.
Christmas and that because he loves The Witcher. And
Okay.
and him and I have now he's again, I told you he's gonna be 16. Him and I have been watching The Witcher on Netflix. And we sent the
I
other ones away because there is a lot of boobs.
I did not like we got episode 1 into the 3rd season, and I couldn't.
Oh, I didn't with
I
Liam, I
I
boycotted.
was like, "Nope,
I'm
nope,
not
sorry.
going
I
through
I'm
you've
this.
lost
still in
the
season
charm for
1.
me."
Mm,
We're
Season
just
1
in
is great. Season 1
yeah.
is incredible. Season 2, I liked more than a lot of people did, but I understand why people had their issues with it. Season 3, I was just nope, nope.
Yep.
I don't have enough time to waste it on something I don't like, so,
Right. Yeah.
well, see, I
you
didn't
know.
know, like but see, now I've watched all of the video game because my husband has played all of them,
Yeah.
and I love the storyline with it, and I'm like, "Geralt really gets the ladies," you know? And so we started watching The Witcher, and I'm like, "Who is this person?" Because I don't remember any of this from the video game, but my
Yeah,
Oh,
son remember I bought him the book, so, I mean, he obviously has read the first book now
very
yeah.
because
cool.
he was telling me, he's like, "That's Yennefer," and I'm like, "That's Yennefer?" And I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "She was," and I didn't know that, and he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
mom," he's like, she had a humpback and all this,"
Yeah.
and
She
I'm
was
like, "Well,
ugly.
yeah," and
Yeah.
but so you should be watching this with my son that's 6 and there's boobs.
I
He
have,
doesn't make any comments, and he doesn't seem like he's like now at my age, I would have been, like, so embarrassed sitting with my mom or whatever if there was naked things on
Yeah.
the
honestly,
screen. Yeah, he shows but maybe it's because he's homeschooled and we talk and we're very open and we talk about everything.
yeah.
Maybe that's why he
Or maybe
doesn't
because
have
it's in a
any
fantasy setting, so it doesn't feel real, it feels very fantastic, like book
yeah,
characters.
no,
I've
me and
got,
I
10 nieces
giggle.
and nephews, and I have told them because a lot of them are like, "Well, when can I read Aunt Parker's book?" And I've told them in no uncertain terms, I'm like, "First off, not until you're over 18, and second off, if you ever read anything I write, I don't wanna know about it.
Ugh.
I don't wanna know how my nieces react to anything that I write." I'm like, "Nope, nope.
Yeah.
Read it if you want to once you're 18, but do not tell me about it."
Well, I've seen different authors and that they'll write like at the beginning of their book for like their mom, you can't read these. Don't read these
Right.
chapters or you're not
Oh,
allowed
yeah.
to read my books.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I could see
Both of
that.
my parents are authors, and so they're, like, very big and very supportive, and my mom was making some comment about, like, "Oh, I can't wait to read it," and I went, "Please don't."
Ah,
She was like, "Of course I'm gonna read it," and my dad was like
I'm
he was
done.
like, "We don't wanna read these books." I was like, "No, you don't wanna read these books,
What
please."
what genre do they write?
Yeah.
Christian novels.
Okay.
Oh, then they
So,
pray
very
yeah.
very buttoned
Opposite.
up, very religious, yeah, so
Have
that's
you
why I'm
read what
like,
they wrote?
"Uh-huh."
Okay.
I'm not the target audience. I will just they are both good writers. They're great, very supportive people. I'm not the target audience. So
Isn't that so funny
Yeah,
how we become so opposite? Like,
Yeah.
some of us are not apple from a tree. Like,
Yeah.
very different realities.
Very. That's me and my brother. He and I are very much our own people in that sense.
Yeah.
Now, does your brother write? Since you seem to have a lot of authors in your family.
No, I'm the only one of my siblings. There's 5 of us. I'm the youngest of 5. I'm the only one who pursued any kind of writing, but all of us are very, very active readers. And his partner actually, I went and did a book convention because he lives in DC, and I did a convention in DC, and he was there with me. And so I left copies of my book for his partner because I know that she likes fantasy. She actually likes
Yeah.
the Witcher series as well, and she has now become my number 1 fan and is
Oh,
obsessed with it.
nice.
And
I just realized my sky went away.
oh
Oh,
no, oh
sorry.
no.
Like, I didn't notice my sky. I was engrossed in our conversation. I just noticed I have no stars above me. That's pretty neat.
But
That's
I
neat
will say
though.
one of my sisters, or 2 of my sisters actually, are beta readers for me. Like
Ooh.
I have a very, very small circle of beta readers because I am incredibly influenceable. So like I'm the type of author where I want to make sure I'm doing it to where everyone's gonna like it. And I want to like head off bad reviews before they get there. And so then I find
Yeah.
myself losing my voice and losing the story
Mhm.
that I'm actually trying
Right.
to tell. So I keep my beta readers a very small team of people who all know me in real life and have been reading my writing my entire life
Yeah, that's
so that
good.
they can be like, "No, this is your voice. You're not losing your
That's
voice."
so good. That's
Oh,
exciting.
but hey, I have to tell you all, this has been fun today.
It
Yeah.
has
Like,
been.
now,
My
are
baby
you? Now,
coming
would
over to
you
the
like to
door.
come back in October so we could talk
Yeah.
about whatever this
Yes.
amazing new book is?
Almost
Yes.
said the title. I'm really glad I caught myself at the last second.
Dang it. We almost got her, Rebecca.
Almost. I had a lot of fun the other day with my street team because they obviously get a lot of updates before other
Yeah.
people do. And I just told them the like acronym for it and had them guess what they thought the title was. And one girl got it almost exactly right. She was
So
one word
good.
off. I was like, you nearly got the entire title.
Wow.
Well, that is pretty darn neat. Now, okay, so now we know that the Entwined is not a
Mhm.
trilogy; it's an ongoing series, and
Yeah.
Magpie now are officially on. They should be on everybody's TBR list.
Yes.
Guys,
Everybody should go out and buy
please.
these. Now, where do you prefer people to get your books from? Do you like it if they order them directly from your website, or where do you like them to
It
order?
is whatever. My website only ships to the continental US. But if you order through my website, you get it signed and you get art prints. So that's fun.
Mhm.
And then, but if anywhere else, Amazon ships to. I will say, with the unfortunate exception of the book that I just released because Amazon messed it up, and I'm in the process of trying to figure it out. But for whatever reason, they won't let me order author copies, and they do not have the paperback available for sale in the US and the UK. They don't know
Dude,
why. I don't
Amazon
know
is
why.
just they're lagging these
Yeah,
days. They're really
Yeah,
messing up.
Amazon. Yeah, they do some weird things.
yeah.
Like last year when Carrie Lake's book Eldridge came out, it was
Mhm.
supposed to come out and like the people that ordered the ebook version got it, but
Yeah.
like the
All
paperback,
the
because I ordered
pre-orders.
paperback. Yeah, I pre-ordered it. It was
Yeah.
over a week because
Yeah.
it wouldn't let her do what she was supposed to do, and she's like, "This is stupid."
It's
Yeah.
so I will just say I'm aware of that problem. I am actively trying to fix it, but they are, not helpful.
Mm-mm.
But everything else, yeah, you can order on Amazon. You can get it from my website if you're in the continental United States. But and then obviously they're also all on Kindle Unlimited as well.
That's
Nice.
fantastic.
We have a big mission and we are chasing the 100 subscribers on YouTube and we need your help to get there. So please, listeners, follow and subscribe. We are on all platforms. So head over to your favorite listening device and subscribe and love us.
Yes, and if you do love what we're doing, please, go over to Spotify, to Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating on those platforms, and also we are on Audible if anybody's excited about
Yes.
that. and you can give us a rating there too. But it helps people notice us. It helps our community grow, and that, of course, means the world to us.
Thank you. Awesome. Well,
So,
thanks so much for having me. This was a lot of
Yes,
fun. Fun to
I
chit chat.
I love this, and I will send you some of my annotations to your
Oh,
DMs.
absolutely. Please do. Yeah.
That's so cool.
and
I
then
love
we will
getting
see
to
you.
authors.
And we will see you again in
Yes.
October. I don't know
Yeah.
when you would like to do this because you said you're thinking October 9th when your book comes
Yes.
out. So
Yes.
we can be ahead of time, we can be the week that your book comes out, or we can look forward to or after your book does come out. So it's up
I
to
would
you.
say maybe ahead of time just because I have a lot of conventions right after that. So my
Okay.
recording schedule would it just gets a little tighter October and November, but September is fairly
September
open.
sounds
Okay.
good to us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fun.
because that would be super fun. But thank
Yeah.
you again, Parker. Thank you for coming on. Thank
Yes,
you for
thank
coming and
you.
talking to us because we're crazy.
Yeah.
But thank you, and I look forward to reading all of your books, and I
Yay.
hope
Well,
everyone else does too.
me too.
Okay.
Thank y'all for having me. I'll
Yeah.
see y'all in September.
See you soon.
Fantastic.
All right. Bye.
Good night,
Bye.
book babes. Night.